may recognize one of these canvases from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Donovan Smith.
Hello. I love football. I'm super stoked that we got an NFL player in the house.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
My pleasure.
That brings us to this week's elimination tattoo. Japanese.
Japanese, god damn it.
Every meaning on every piece is gonna be brought up. It has to be perfect or we're screwed.
Rooted in mythology and natural symbols, Japanese tattoos convey a balance of power and beauty through natural imagery.
In Japanese style, there's an even distributional weight throughout the piece. If it's off, it can really make somebody's body look awkward.
Let's meet your canvases. Today, we have two Bellator fighters.
My name is Brent Weedman. I'm a professional fighter. I spent a bit of time in Japan training martial arts. I wanted to have something to represent that part of my life.
My name is Lloyd. A lot of fighters have tattoos. I only have one on my back, which is a cupcake. This will be my first Japanese tattoo.
I know what that is. It's cupcake.
I don't know what he wants, don't really care. That's all I want to tattoo.
We're gonna do some extensive research.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get this perfect.
D-A-R-U-M-A, doll. He has a weight in the bottom of him, so if you were to push him over, he'd bounce back up.
I just don't see the doll as being a traditional tattoo. I really don't want to get my ass chewed out for that. You definitely want that.
I had my mindset. We're talking about my father coming home from Japan with one of these, and I'm 7, and he's teaching me these life lessons with this doll.
Right.
So to say, like, well, this one's aesthetically more Japanese for this challenge on this show.
Not aesthetically. He did not want to change anything. We have 2 judges that specialize in Japanese tattoos.
I know that she's looking to please the judges, but first thing is pleasing me and make sure that I get the tattoo that I want. I don't want to use a Japanese element, like, just because it's an element, but it doesn't have any personal connection to my time in Japan.
I completely refuse to be railroaded by a canvas. I need to meet this challenge, and I don't want to go home.
Yeah, I like that a great deal.
Even if it does cost me, I'm going to do the Daruma doll for him. I really want to just kind of like capture your story, because I mean, like, that's what like the original Japanese tattoos were. They were a culmination of a person's life events.
Right.
This Daruma doll has so much meaning to me personally. I feel like I keep getting knocked down, the harshest critiques. Every single time I get knocked down, I push myself back up.
It looks fantastic.
You definitely gotta be still. Oh my God.
You get a line and a half that's flubbed on this bad boy, it's over. I think my design is the entire tattoo as a whole is balanced. But he's moving, and I need to finish the lines.
I was moving?
You see where your arm was and where it is?
Well, man, you want to tie me down?
I don't know, we might have to. I'm a little concerned I might just up and not be able to finish the tattoo.
What's the haps?
Talk about being nervous about American traditional. Now it's like, oh my God.
It's only me and Ruben doll, don't worry.
Yeah, no pressure.
Because Sebastian did the background so dark, it looks like a turd that you can't polish.
Well, you know if you say something bad about this tattoo, I'm coming for you, right?
I don't give a punch ain't gonna hurt. I won't even see it coming. I'll be done.
Oh, I know.
This week, we asked you to create a Japanese tattoo. We were testing balance. Sebastian, you were pretty excited about having a Bellator fighter canvas.
Yeah, I was pretty hyped about that.
He was open to his design.
Yeah, he wanted strength and power. The Japanese tigers fits with him nicely.
You lost the dynamics of a tiger. This looks like someone wearing a tiger suit. It has the anatomy of a human. The way his head is, his shoulders, his hands, his waist, his butt, and his feet is standing there. It makes it look like this thing is, yeah, he's humping that rock.
Doing so much black in the background really doesn't help to accentuate the tiger. From 3 feet back, it's hard to tell what's what. If you can't pull off a clean, solid background, why bother? You didn't hit it out of the park on this one, that's for sure.
Sarah, you got the other fighter.
Yeah, he wanted a Daruma doll.
What does that mean?
Basically, he's a fighter. He's always gonna get knocked down. You gotta pick yourself right back up.
I love the doll. I love the detail, the shading in it. The lantern is super cool, but this design doesn't balance well. The Daruma doll is less than half of this tattoo. There's so much open space up at the top.
Maybe the background was a little bit crazy, but I like it. I did put a lot of myself into this tattoo.
We weren't asking for yourself, we were asking for Japanese.
Well, no, I mean like it's about putting my soul, putting like me.
Listen, Sarah, you gotta shake off the last one to get to this one, because that last psychosis was insane.
I still love this tattoo.
You would have had just as strong of an outing without.
That brings us to this week's elimination tattoo. Animals.
Oh, cool. In an animal tattoo, in order to create dimension, you have to have lights and darks. You have to blend it in a way that tricks the eye into thinking that it's no longer a two-dimensional canvas.
For indigenous people around the world, animals have extraordinary power. Animal totems or spirit guides can be messengers and protectors.
I have a lot of experience with animal tattoos. I'm feeling really confident.
Animal tattoos are one of the most popular designs done in tattoo shops today. You will have 6 hours to tattoo an animal in any style. You guys may recognize our first canvas. From TNA Impact Wrestling, Jeff Hardy.
I'm tripping out. It's Jeff Hardy.
Jeff wants an octopus.
I am known as the charismatic enigma. The octopus is pretty strange, and that fits right along with me.
So these are portfolios of the type of work I do. My first objective is to try to push you in the direction of the stuff I do, because I think I can do the best job at that. I want to do this piece in New School. The judges said that we could do whatever style we want. It doesn't feel right to do anything else. I want to like kind of tweak it out a little bit, maybe have the octopus strangling a couple of rabbits with their eyeballs popping out.
I've never been really a big fan of the extremely cartoonish tattooing, but this is the way he does things.
What do you think about the head?
Is this the eye right here?
That's his nose.
What am I getting myself into?
Everybody in the competition is doing more of a realistic type animal, and I'm doing what I normally do. I've gone back to doing a New School piece.
How's this coming along? That looks awesome.
Let's see what the judges say. They're probably gonna hate me for it. I don't think I'm rebelling. I think I'm doing what any artist would do in this particular position.
Jesse does an octopus squeezing another little furry creature. How the are you an ink master if you can only do Jesse Smith tattoos? I think it's bull.
This week, we asked you to create an animal tattoo. We're testing dimension. Jesse, you're up first.
Here we go.
You went with your New School style.
A lot of my difficulty in this competition is trying to separate impressing the judges and putting my best foot forward. Strategically, I probably didn't make the best decision.
This is not my favorite style of tattooing. It's yours. But you used good dimension. You did a really clean job.
There's things I like about it. Judging dimension. There's some areas in this tattoo where you really give this thing little tricks. The bulges of the eyes and the little texture of the skin where it bulges out, that stuff looks great. There's things I don't like about it. Some of the elements where you could have shown a drastic amount of dimension is in the bottom where these tentacles are flowing back and forth over each other. It just gets a little lost. In the initial conception of this tattoo, it's got some design flaws.
Today, we have a badass group of canvases. They are focused, disciplined, motivated, and know how to perform when the pressure is on. Let's meet your canvases.
These guys are huge. I mean, monstrous.
These guys are some type of athletes. There's no doubt in my mind that it's gonna be a tough one.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us. First up, meet Charlie Johnson. Super Bowl champion, and he plays offensive guard for the Minnesota Vikings. Next, Scott McKillop, linebacker and plays special teams for the Buffalo Bills. This is Marcus Stroud. He played defense for a decade on the Jaguars and the Bills. And finally, King Mo, pro wrestler and former Strikeforce light heavyweight champion. He now fights in Bellator Fighting Championships and TNA Impact Wrestling.
I'm hyped. That's all I want to tattoo.
Artists, unlike other elimination tattoos, this time the power is not in your hands. For this tattoo, the power is in the hands of the athletes.
What in the world?
You will have a 10-minute interview with each of the athletes individually. Then, the athletes will choose skulls to determine a picking order, and each athlete will pick their artist.
Ah, King Mo, get out of here. All right.
King Mo is the darkest, but he's the one I actually want to tattoo because it's King Mo.
I'm royalty, so if they script on me, I'm gonna mark them with these 4 knuckles across their eye.
What you looking for?
A mixture of good and evil together.
Like having a angel, have her like kneeling, but have her standing in the demon's hand.
Yeah, I dig that.
I like to get like a phoenix.
I have done phoenixes. I did a phoenix that went just all the way from here. It had the wings open this way.
And I like colors.
Colors is always a little bit more impressive. I'm really good at black and gray or color, whichever.
Okay.
I really, 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 really want this canvas.
Pleasure.
Meet you.
And we'll see.
How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
Good, man, good. Have a seat.
Hey. Hello.
Hey, so I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. So tell me a little bit about what you wanted to get.
I'm thinking of something along like a phoenix.
Basically, what I'm thinking is like embers kind of smoldering, like ashes igniting into like a flame, turning into the phoenix. I really want Scott. If I'm able to take this phoenix and really push the boundaries, I could knock this one out of the park.
Where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Shut the F up.
No, really.
Guess where I'm from?
Pittsburgh?
Yes.
No way.
Wow, small world.
This is pretty nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your strength as an artist?
Anything that you throw at me, I can draw it. With this challenge, I want to prove I can do whatever walks into my shop. If that's not an ink master, then I don't know what is.
I want a kick-ass dragon.
Oh, that's really cool.
A kick-ass Chinese dragon.
I have done a couple of dragons, and it sounds like a really cool idea to me. I can knock that out. If I get this dragon and I can pull it off, I think that I can make it to the finals.
All right.
Meet you.
Thank
We'll
you.
see how it goes.
Yep.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling out.
Nice to see you, man. Nice to meet you.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Marcus, man.
Tell me a little bit, what do you want to get?
Chinese dragon.
Okay. I really don't want to get a dragon. With Chris Nunez being known for his Japanese, no matter what you do, you're going to get ripped apart. If their idea isn't feasible, I'm just gonna have to tell them this isn't going to work. What I'm thinking more along the lines of is a foo dog. It's kind of like the combination of a dog and a dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're really fierce. They look so cool.
For this tattoo, the power is in the hands of the athletes. The athletes will choose skulls to determine a picking order, and each athlete will pick their artist.
I'm crossing my goddamn fingers and my toes and my eyes. I'm the last person to pick. I don't want to be stuck with a scrub.
Charlie, you're up first.
I am very anxious. If I get the #1 skull, I'm gonna pick Sarah.
Number 3, Scott. Scott, number 2.
Yes.
Marcus, go ahead, man. Number 4, Marcus.
Yes! Yes! I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
King, number 1.
I'm so excited.
Bam!
Everybody else up and picked 2, 3, and 4, and I got stuck with number 1. Of course, King Mo is number 1.
King Mo, choose your artist.
Sebastian, we rolling together, boy. We about to win.
Scott, you had number 2. Go ahead and pick an artist.
From Pittsburgh, I'm gonna get tattooed by someone from Pittsburgh. I'm gonna pick Sarah.
All right, man.
Number 3 was Charlie.
I'm a little deflated. Sarah was gonna be my pick. I'm gonna pick Tattoo Baby. With the excitement that she shows about tattooing and how she feels about my design, I feel good about it.
And obviously that means Marcus, you had number 4. You're with Steve.
My #1 choice was Sebastian. Steve's gonna have to be on his A game because I tackle him. Let's go make the money.
To not be picked before the other 3, me. You know, I'm pissed.
You nervous?
Yeah. 6 hours of pain. Scratch with the needle. I can't deal with that, man.
There's probably be a lot less pain than you felt in your life, I can tell you.
I'm real nervous about the pain because I don't know what it's gonna feel like when that needle hits my thigh.
And it starts. I put the stencil on Marcus, and I realized his back is so big, it actually eats the bottom of the tattoo right up. I gotta go bigger. I'm feeling a lot of pressure. The clock started. I'm worried that we're not gonna get through this thing. I'm gonna need every minute I can get.
All right, don't move.
Damn, that hurt. Woo. Whoa, ow, damn, it hurt for some reason.
There is a valid reason to why King Mo is freaking out about the pain on his leg. His muscle is so dense that is harder for the needle to push the ink. Being that his skin already is so tight, it's pulling even tighter. So it starts to feel like you're cutting a person opposed to tattooing them.
Oh, man. That right there.
It's bad.
And I got 6 more hours of this?
I'm screwed.
No.
5 hours, everybody. 5 more hours.
Hey, Mo, you only got 5 hours, baby.
I'm so close to making it to the top 3. Racing against the clock, trying to make sure that you get everything done. That gold medal is right in front of me, and god damn am I going for the gold.
Let's go! You alive, King Mo?
Damn, sweating.
And he's struggling over there.
He's doing a fairly piss poor job handling the pain.
You're King Mo!
I'm even real, dog.
Mount up!
I have to make sure that I can finish this tattoo.
What you do if somebody quit on you?
There is so much pressure. These judges have just such high standards. I feel like I'm overthinking this dragon a lot.
3 hours down, 3 hours remain.
How you feeling, Marcus?
This would be tough, man. I think I'm getting old and soft.
Need a break, let me know.
No, we good, we good.
Ready to rock.
Steve is my man. We were meant to work together. Team Steve. I'm the captain of the Team Steve, man.
I'm on my A game with this tattoo. I got dimension, I got black and gray. It's big, it's clean, it's mean looking. I'm pretty confident that I'm definitely going to the finale.
I feel like I did luck out getting Scott. He's sitting for me very well. I really do not understand why Tattoo Baby decided to do this dragon. Baby should have just talked her guy into getting something else. I was able to talk him into a different direction. Baby should have been as well.
This week, we're testing you on all the essential skills required to be an ink master. Line, color, texture, dimension, and everything in between. Steve, let's start with you. You got picked last. I mean, that had to hurt.
Doesn't bother me at all. Maybe I come off a little more stern, but I'm okay with that.
You did a big tattoo. You accomplished a lot of work in the time given. It's super clean. Your line work is great. The black is solid. The grays are smooth. All the detail. As far as working with dark skin, you did a great job.
This lower section is dark enough to make the figure stand out, but it doesn't scream cover up. It's exactly the right amount of use of dark where you still know that there's nothing peeking or lurking underneath there. You did a badass face. You did really nice hair. I believe the wind's blown, and I believe this guy's in motion. Technically speaking, you knocked this one out of the park.
Thank you.
Sebastian? King Mo picked you. What exactly did he want?
He's fighting against good, fighting against the evil sort of thing. You try to do good and they'll keep trying to put you back down. Came up with something for him.
Again, you've given us a really technically done tattoo. Very nice, clean lines, very smooth shading with a lot of gradation. All the elements we've tested you along the way. As far as how dark it is and on how dark his skin is, it's hard to read.
If I'd had a lighter canvas, I could have brought out a lot more well, and if he could have sat better, I could have went back and done stuff. I was like, I can only go back and do so many things to it, because he was in all types of pain.
The outline on the actual devil itself, if you would have done it like you did the outline on some of the areas of the girl where you made it bolder, that would have helped you out a lot.
It's just cluttered, man. Took me a while to figure out what's going on behind her face, and her hair poof in the back kind of looks like a clown nose on the devil. The little braids in her hair that look like antennas are strange to me. And it's a bummer because this is a really well done tattoo. Technically, you know, this is work under pressure time. It's just hard to read it.
Tattoo Baby. How'd you feel about this?
Well, when I first found out that I got the guy with the dragon, I knew that if I do this wrong, I'm gonna get my ass chewed and it could take me home.
This was a big dice roll because to me, you did it in the spirit of competition, like I'm gonna show these guys that I can do this thing, and I admire that. However, today is a tough day to gamble. You're missing a lot of key elements. You have so much dragon and no arms, no legs. You got these crazy hand-like claws. They don't do it. You crammed as much as you could into an incorrect anatomical figure.
I think I stand pretty strong because I've shown some kick-ass tattoos.
If you sold them on the fact that I can do a dragon, then you did the wrong thing.
Sarah. Is this phoenix rising from the ashes, or is it
Yes.
coming out of a cave? Or?
Basically kind of both, like coming out of the dark. The cave is a symbol that he wanted to be incorporated because it symbolizes depth.
The line work, very good. The accomplishment of depth is very nice.
I pretty much have everything that we were looking to have in this tattoo, and a really good design.
The wings on this thing just completely drive me crazy. It's like a lot of weird shapes. The area where you do have some cool, streaky, pronounced fire, had you have done the tattoo like that, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I recognize completely that it's a cool area of flame. It's as we get down, the flames turn more into a fabric. It doesn't have those feathers or that flamey look.
I thought I articulated a really good piece.
There's not a strict contrast between the cave and the fire.
It was a style choice.
This fire should be glowing and should be bright. This phoenix should completely stand apart from the dark cave. That's what you're missing. I think you designed a great tattoo. You made it fit his arm very well, put a lot of good perspective and dimension in this thing. You just didn't finish it strong.
The judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Steve. You earned it, man.
Picked last.
You didn't get picked at all, man. You just got left
How bad
up.
is that?
That means that you made it to the finale.
To know that after 12 weeks that I'm definitely going to the finale is incredible.
Sarah, Tattoo Baby, Sebastian, one of you will not be going to the finale. Today, you must create tattoos known and dreaded for the incredible amount of detail they require. Asian tattoos.
Knowing that we're about to tackle Chris Nunez's specialty, nerve-wracking.
With Asian tattoos, whether it's geishas, gods, animals, or mystical creatures, it's the intricate details that make them identifiable.
I'm totally excited. I am the only Asian-style tattooer in the whole crew. I have to kick everybody's ass.
Let's meet your canvases.
Oh my God, I know who that guy is. It's a UFC fighter, Frank Trigg. I've seen his fights.
Today, we have two special canvases joining us. The first is MMA fighter and analyst Frank Trigg. Next, we have Jimmy Smith, commentator for Bellator Fighting Championship. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us.
I'm super excited to see these guys here. I watched Frank Trigg and Jimmy Smith for a very long time.
Jimmy Smith wants a Shiva god. The nice thing about these gods is the details. If I pull this off, there's a good chance I could win.
You going for the detail on this one, I can see.
That's why we picked it.
Yeah, right here is the last time.
Damn it.
Of your leg.
Oh, come on, man.
The tattoo is going perfectly. I'm really comfortable with it.
It's like you're using a damn hammer and a chisel.
That leg made of iron. I gotta get through that, man.
Craig's tattoo definitely doesn't look like an Asian tattoo. It just looks like a tattoo of two doves with maybe an Asian-style kind of cartoony wave behind it. I don't really get it.
Wow, that didn't suck at all.
Today, we threw you a painstaking test of detail, Asian tattoos. Craig.
Love the drawing of the birds. A lot of use and nice detail on the feathers, but in the background, it's just a big area of muted color. This tattoo would have been way better with zero background. Birds, branches, flowers, detail, nailed it, solid, done, you're the winner. Congratulations, Craig. Instead, you spent hours worth of time doing stuff that's just unimpressive.
Kyle.
I think it's overall drawn well. I think you could have done a lot more internal detail in the jewelry. Extra line work and little stuff like that really makes a huge difference.
I came right up to the wire, and there's some things that didn't get completely finished.
You spent the bulk of your time saturating all that light blue in there, and if you would have just get all your outlines detailed in there before you color it, then you could get your detail challenge knocked out. A lot of these details were rushed.
You must be able to use proper shading and perspective to create depth in your designs, making them pop off the skin. For this flash challenge, you are designing for a very picky canvas. Me.
I've never tattooed anybody as famous as Dave Navarro. I think it would be just so cool. But what if I got nervous and up?
You will have 2 hours to design 2 American traditional tattoos, 1 good luck and 1 bad luck. I will choose 1 good luck tattoo and 1 bad luck tattoo. The artist designs I choose will have 90 minutes to tattoo me at the same time.
Wow.
I gotta live with this for the rest of my life. Don't it up.
I really haven't made a good impression on the judges thus far. But I'll tell you what, if I could do a tattoo on Dave Navarro, that's a good way to leave my mark.
I'm gonna be a traditional master after this splash sheet. Jimmy's gonna be my biggest competition in this. He is the fastest, most creative artist in this house.
If everyone else is only designing 1 or 2 designs, 2, 4, 6, 8. If I give him 20 to choose from, odds are he's gonna pick one of mine.
I was gonna draw on each one.
I'm sorry.
So you can go make a copy.
I didn't know. I thought that was just... Jesus Christ. I'm just so tired of the talking. Everybody thinks that I can't draw because I focus my art more on realism, but I'm hugely underestimated in this competition.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Pencils down. No more sketching. Yes. Tell us what you designed here.
Good luck, bad luck. This one's like a clean, crystal clear diamond. This diamond here is like a flawed, messed up diamond.
The dimension in these are good. I think the money one might miss on Dave because it's a little more street, as to where Dave's a little darker, a little more metal.
Craig.
I went for a lucky rabbit's foot, and my second one is a rabbit missing foot.
I'm just really impressed with the creative take on an old adage. People don't think that it's not so lucky for the rabbit.
Thank you.
Jimmy.
I actually rattled off 20 rough sketches.
Wow, 20 rough sketches.
Misfortune and misunderstood. It's kind of like both are bad, but in a good way. Bottom of the barrel. Traditional, lucky, unlucky.
You know, it's impressive to see somebody that can sit down and bang out a bunch of designs. All in all, you're showing.
Thank you.
Jimmy being so cocky is definitely a result of the entire group stroking his ego. And I can't wait to see him leave.
Joshua.
I tried to put like the numbers as 777 with the spades and then the 13 for the bad luck one.
The 7s to me are a little bit off. They're just a strange looking 7.
Joshua hasn't drawn anything yet. And the things that he's supposed to have drawn look like
Kyle.
A good luck, Bride of Frankenstein, kind of witchy woman. And then bad luck, broken mirror, murdered skull.
It's hard to read just seeing the outline because it's got a lot of stuff in there.
Joey.
I like the fact that the 7 is the obvious good luck choice, but it also still is more dark and creepy. With the skull being inside the 7 there, you could still shade it and give it the dimension.
What's up, Jason?
I noticed you wear a planchette,
Yes.
a Ouija board, and
Yes,
I
I
thought
do.
that's a really cool idea for something like a bad luck. So I put the all-seeing eye in there, and then I did a little Asian theme thing for good luck.
Sincerely, I do like the planchette design. You paid attention to some things that I'm interested in. Jackie.
These are good luck ones.
The broken wishbone.
And then like the 13, I didn't necessarily finish shading, but it has the upside down cross.
I like the 7 and the rabbit's foot. Once again, it's a design that could easily put dimension into it with the shading in the foot.
Cool. Tattoo baby.
This is the tattoo baby Elvira.
Oh,
Pinup.
look at that.
Oh, she's cute.
And then this one, which is a coffin with bat wings and legs.
I like the idea of the coffin and the legs, and it's also one you could shade and show dimension.
I like a lot of them.
Let's do them all.
Okay. All right, guys, really amazing work. And this has been a very, very hard decision for me to make. After reviewing your designs, I've decided that the 2 artists that will be tattooing me will be Tattoo Baby with her coffin design and Jason with his planchette design.
All right. I'm tattooing Dave freaking Navarro.
Congratulations, guys.
This is cool, but if I screw this up right now, I'm getting sent double time out of here.
You will both have 90 minutes to tattoo me at the same time. The judges will then determine a winner. Good luck, and get your machines. And your time begins now.
It's gonna be a long hour and a half, Dave.
Don't mess up.
30 minutes left, you two. Sick line work.
Oh, don't move. There's a lot of pressure. Everybody's gonna ask Dave Navarro, hey, let me see the tattoo that Tattoo Baby did. So I better do a damn good job.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machines down. No more ink.
Jason is really struggling with his background. It's gonna hurt him in this challenge.
Tattoo Baby's coffin is a little bit misshapen. I might even be able to win this challenge.
For this flash challenge, you had to show dimension by designing and tattooing an American traditional themed tattoo on me.
Jason, very limited color palette, but you were still able to show dimension with the little bevel that you put on the edge of the wood carving.
Tattoo Baby, you had a little bit more to your design than Jason's. You had some areas where you showed some nice dimension and depth in the coffin. Overall, I think Dave's pretty happy. Let's see what he has to say.
The winner of today's Flash Challenge is Jason. Jason noticed that I wear a little planchette around my neck, and he made a design that instantly appealed to me. It's a pretty badass looking piece. Today, we have a very special guest judge. Running back for the Carolina Panthers, D'Angelo Williams.
D'Angelo Williams, man, this is super exciting. This is awesome. I'm a huge football fan.
I got my first tattoo when I was 19. Every tattoo that I have represents something that's happened in my life. Hey guys.
Hey, man, what's up?
As a guest judge, I'm looking for someone that can turn thoughts and moments into artwork that they can wear for a lifetime.
While D'Angelo is best known for his speed on the field, off the field, he fights tirelessly for a cause that has become personal for him and his family. What you may not know is that D'Angelo is largely credited for convincing the NFL to let all players wear pink during the month of October for breast cancer awareness.
That's awesome. My grandfather had 5 daughters. All 5 of those daughters died of breast cancer, including my mom. Wow. Breast cancer has affected me to my core. And I'll never forget the loss of family members, but it also allowed me to use the platform that I have in the National Football League to bring awareness all over the country. Breast cancer picked a fight with a family that's willing to fight back.
For today's Flash Challenge, you must design a tattoo for D'Angelo in honor of his family. And here's the catch. D'Angelo wants his tattoo drawn directly on the skin without using a stencil.
Freehanding is the best way to get the placement perfect with your canvas. That way you'll flow with the body and it'll look as natural as possible.
You will be randomly assigned a body double canvas. You must freehand a custom design for D'Angelo on your body double demonstrating perfect placement. D'Angelo selects one of your designs. That artist will then freehand it directly onto D'Angelo's skin. At that point, D'Angelo will have to decide if he wants the design permanently tattooed or not. If none of you nail it and no one tattoos D'Angelo, there will be no winner for this Flash Challenge.
Today, I want the artist to draw directly on me because I'll know that the piece is just for me. It take a real artist to just say, hey, you know, I don't need a stencil. I'm just gonna go with my vision of your story and give you something.
Well, guys.
What's going on, man?
So, just giving you a background, my mom died on the 16th of May. She was definitely a warrior for this disease and a fighter. I kind of want something that entails that story.
Did you have any vision in your head? At least we have a direction to go off of?
I'm looking for something unique. When I see it, that's it. That's what I came here
Well,
for.
thanks for making it easy on us.
D'Angelo is being very vague right now, but sometimes people don't come to you with an exact idea of what they want. And you know what? It's my job as an artist to lead them down a path that's gonna give them a great tattoo.
You make it from your heart. It'll translate over to mine.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Some of these guys couldn't draw to save their lives.
He's gonna come over and he'll be like, oh, that's awesome.
Nothing can stop me. I'm taking this to the end.
You have 45 minutes.
You could do so much more than just write somebody's name. You could do something that's symbolic.
I have to make this design flow perfectly on D'Angelo's body because if I don't, I'm not gonna be tattooing today. I need to win this Flash Challenge because there's only 7 of us left, and whatever advantage I can gain, I want.
The koi fish swims upstream against currents, and it's one of the most powerful symbols in Japanese tattooing.
I always thought wings are strong, and then like he's the strength of the family, so I think that's a pretty cool idea. Last week I was in the bottom in this competition. I'm going big and bold because I know I need to get back in this game.
15 minutes remain.
Are you sweating on your canvas?
Yeah, try not to. That's rude and disgusting.
I'm dripping right on them. Drawing directly on my canvas in this kind of heat just makes me feel at home. For me, it's just another day at the beach. He has this kind of Polynesian tribal on that arm, so it's important to work with stuff that you already have to make it all flow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Hey, man, if you have one good strong wing, that's all you need, right?
We sat there for an hour, and Jason came up with a wing. What the hell does a wing have to do with cancer ribbon and his family struggle? Nothing.
Don.
You said your family was fighters, so I put boxing gloves. I put Thrive down the back of this arm.
I think the boxing gloves may not appeal to you, D'Angelo. You're not a boxer.
Yeah. The Thrive, I think, was a little bit aggressive. It's kind of big.
The placement on this is just very stiff.
Eric.
I'm known for my Japanese artwork, so I figured to do something a little bit more symbolic.
I don't know much about the Japanese art. Where I'm from, they probably think it was a catfish.
Appealing to this client, he has a specific direction, and in order to win over his sensibilities, you would have to draw towards that.
Mark.
This is your strength, the spear. This makes up the shape of a cancer ribbon. Your thatch work represent taking care of your family and protecting your family.
I really appreciate the fact that you put everything that I said into your art.
I think working with the shape of the arm here shows that you really put a lot of thought into the placement of this tattoo. I think it's pretty nice.
Chris.
It's plain. It doesn't have that wow factor. I think you went safe as opposed to going for it all.
It's very stiff and stagnant. You heard it from the client himself.
Chris did a cancer ribbon with wings. It doesn't get any more generic than that. When there's a big challenge in front of him, Chris seems to just give up.
Clean.
I like the way this design is placed because the focal point is up and outward, and that's the first rule. And where are you going to put something on the body?
I like the concept behind it. You encompassed everything that I said.
Aaron.
I just wanted to do a really nice, clean, strong, powerful rose.
This being a placement challenge, I feel like you didn't really do anything dynamic to work with the shape of the body. It's kind of just a standalone sticker right there on the top of the arm.
You played it real safe and generic.
Jason.
The best statements are made with simplicity.
But it doesn't necessarily fit the story that I talked about. I feel like with an hour and what you guys heard from me should have helped you guys just go all or nothing.
He's looking for that wow factor. There is a lot of missed opportunities to really show off.
Have you decided that there's an artist that you would like to collaborate with?
I have. I'm gonna choose Clean.
Clean, congratulations.
Thank you.
You now have 1 more hour to work directly with D'Angelo, tailoring your design to D'Angelo's forearm and making any changes he wishes. If at the end of that hour, D'Angelo decides that he wants you to tattoo him, then you have won the Flash Challenge. If D'Angelo decides that he does not like what you've drawn and no ink goes on his skin, then we have no winner.
I really want to win this Flash Challenge. I need to bust out all the stops and give this guy exactly what he wants. If D'Angelo doesn't get tattooed, I'm gonna be pissed.
Hey, what's going on, man?
So let's sit down and talk.
All right, no pressure, right?
If I don't tattoo D'Angelo Williams right now, I'm gonna be pissed. I need to win this Flash Challenge to get the next skull pick. What's one main image that you really want to see?
It doesn't necessarily have to be pictures, or it doesn't necessarily have to be words. I'm leaning more towards artwork.
I'm feeling so stressed out right now. I'm gonna draw directly on the skin to give D'Angelo some ideas, but honestly, he's not giving me nothing. All right, man, that's it. What do you think?
You know, I'm gonna have to say, let's do it.
Awesome. Right on,
the
man.
Flash Challenge, man. Thanks.
That's what I want to hear, man.
I really appreciate you taking everything that I said in consideration and putting it into this tattoo.
Yeah,
you know, you see love, you see hope, you see the breast cancer ribbon. You've honored my family with the olive leaves. It's perfect, man.
Awesome.
Guess I'll put in the pain.
Here we go.
Guess it's official now.
After throwing out so many ideas, it's so gratifying that he is finally gonna get a tattoo that really honored his mom and family.
I really love this particular tattoo. It represents everything that I want my tattoo to say about me and what I've gone through in my life. It's beautiful. I'll never forget this, and I'm gonna continue fighting this disease for the rest of my life.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You must prove you can show flawless technical application by tattooing any design on any canvas.
What do you mean by that?
And your canvases are here to get exactly what they want.
Well, they want.
And they might look familiar to you.
What?
Come on in, guys.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Football players? Holy we're tattooing the football players. I've never tattooed a football player before.
Today, the power is in the hands of your canvases. Not only must you tattoo the design of your canvas's choice, your canvases will pick which artist they want to tattoo them. You will have a 5-minute interview with each of the canvases.
I'm a great salesman, and convincing these NFL players that I'm the best tattooer in this competition is no problem.
Head to your shops for your interviews.
How you doing, Doug?
How are you?
What's good?
Everything good?
Hell yeah, bro.
Today, these artists have to try to sell themselves not only to what their strengths are, but sell themselves away from their weaknesses if they're smart.
And switch it up.
You could do like a cross with rosary beads.
Yeah, see, I like that.
I wanted the Detroit theme, like in the rips. Some buildings off of the skyline, the area code, the letters from my high school.
There are a ton of elements here.
I'm trying to think of a way to put these other objects in there without them like looking really randomly placed.
And on the ribs, no thanks.
This is what we're looking at. That's my son.
Cute little boy, man.
I was looking at probably around this area.
Not the best place to put a portrait.
Made up my mind. That's where I want it.
No way I'm doing this portrait on these ribs.
Switch.
But I know Chris is dumb enough to take it.
What's up, man? So, boss, how you doing?
He can have it.
Like that way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Portraits are definitely my thing.
Switch it.
I was thinking like a bird on the back.
Man, I do birds. I do animals
that
all the
is
time.
great.
So, I mean, that kind of stuff is definitely one of the things that I specialize in.
I want to get African tribal pieces.
Okay, tell me more.
I just want something that could fill up all this space in here.
He has no idea what he wants. He's gonna be a tough canvas for somebody, so I'm gonna nudge him to go see Craig. Craig has been doing a lot of good stuff like that too, so.
And switch it up.
What up, man?
What's good?
I told him we got chemistry, man.
I wanted to do like a river flowing with African tribal symbols.
You definitely want a river incorporated with
If I could.
This guy has 5 different ideas. I do not want this canvas. I'll see you soon, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Tyler, you won the Flash Challenge. You now have the power to choose your own canvas. Which canvas do you want to tattoo?
I gotta go with my boy Kasim. He helped me out with the win. We got a connection already going, so I just gotta roll with that.
For the rest of the canvases, the power is in your hands. One by one, please choose a skull to determine the picking order.
3, 2, number 1.
5.
4. All right, Tony has picked number 1. Tony, go ahead and choose an artist.
The only canvas that I don't want is Tony Jefferson. The last thing you want to do is jack up a picture of an NFL player's baby. These dudes will crush you if you mess this up.
I'm gonna go with my boy Chris. I got my son that I want to get tatted on me and be the perfect guy for that.
That's what I want. This is my specialty. I can knock this one out of the park and win the whole challenge.
Cameron.
I'm gonna have to go with Matt.
Yeah, I love doing animals, especially birds.
Alan.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Duffy.
10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. Definitely isn't my top choice.
Darius.
Cruiseman.
Awesome.
Keith got number 5. You are with Craig.
This sucks. My canvas has a lot of ideas. We have a limited amount of time to finish his tattoo, so he needs to make a decision.
How are we gonna make it look like it's razor edge, like it's cut into the skin?
Yeah. Kind of shadow it, like somebody punched it into your skin?
Yeah.
All right.
You don't think you can choose more symbols will still look good? I'm just asking the question.
I just want to keep it simple.
Sometimes simplicity is best.
This is always best, man.
so good, bro. I'm in first place in this competition, and Tony clearly could see that. He chose me to do the portrait of his newborn baby because he knows I'm the only artist here that can pull it off. I have this one in the bag.
You have 4 hours to go. 4 more hours.
I'm nervous for Tyler. He set himself up for failure on this one. I know I have some enemies in this house. I have to keep Tyler here. He's got to stay.
Think I should throw some weight on some of this stuff?
I'm contemplating mine myself.
Like the eye.
Anywhere it's wet.
Just a pop. This tattoo's right up my alley. My two passions are tattooing and animals. I do not have a high school diploma. I don't know anything else but tattooing. That's it. That's all I got. Everything's on the line right now. I can't up.
You're sitting like a champion, for sure.
Darius and I decide to do a rose on the backside of his arm. He's just gonna let me do my thing.
We make it nice and perfect.
I'm gonna keep playing it safe. Obviously, it's got me this far, and I'm damn sure not gonna change that.
Come towards me a little bit more. Allen Robinson wanted everything that makes him think of Detroit in one tattoo. I talked him down to just getting the Detroit city skyline, a D for Detroit, and an area code. Even though I made this design a lot smaller, there's still a lot going on.
I know it probably sucks for the most part, but suck it up even if you are hurting.
He keeps jumping up and looking in the mirror every 5 minutes. Every time he jumps up, it slows me down. If this tattoo isn't finished, I could go home for it.
1 hour remaining.
That's kind of cool. Craig picking up that canvas that was just unsure really showed how bad it rattled him. I'm not mad at all that Craig's having a bad day. What'd you think, boss?
Everything works out the way it's supposed to work out.
No doubt, no doubt.
I totally own up to what I did. Everybody given a dark canvas, there is a higher risk of somebody not doing a really good job. So this would probably be the best time to play it safe.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Hell yeah, dude. That's sick.
Oh yeah, that's tight. Check it out.
I know what you think.
Yeah, man, it's nice right here. Yeah, it's gonna look good on the field.
You like it?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
Cruzman just did a rose. He totally did him an injustice. He's tattooing an NFL player, and he's bitching out.
Cool, man.
Oh yeah.
So you like it.
All right now.
Today, you had to show perfect technical application by tattooing a professional football player with the design of his choice. Chris.
This tattoo is a nice, big, clean tattoo on the ribs. A lot of great examples of technical application. Very clean outline, some very solid areas of black. But as far as following the details, man, I do not think that you captured that mouth. You really darken the lips up and close the mouth. And the hand that's on the football looks like a little weird man hand. It doesn't have soft baby hand features. You really kind of roughed it up by upping the contrast so much.
Matt.
This eagle is huge, and from across the room, details get lost because it's dark, and you shaded in areas you should have left completely open. Around the eye, the beak, the banner, the folds, the ripples, the scales, all that is just unlegible from any distance.
It would have served you best on your canvas to go really open and leave a lot of areas of just really heavy black. It just doesn't match up to what it needs to be.
Tyler.
It doesn't have that ferocity of a bear. It's a bummer because it's a great image, and I thought this would be a home run.
The skin rip behind it, give it these two ears on the top. It's hard to tell that it's a bear versus a wolf. The darker skin, your only friend is solid black to create contrast because that's what stands out. Shading does no good.
Looking at this can be trouble for you today.
Duffy.
Overall, the tattoo's readability and legibility is where you really fall short. Your 313, the top of the farthest 3, fits right into the skin rip, you lose it. Your areas of skin that come over the top of the D itself, again, you lose it.
Well, my plan was to leave the sky pretty heavy dark so that D would stand out. But once I just realized he wasn't going to sit for all that solid, I just abandoned that plan.
Have you ever sat for 4 or 5 hours on your ribs?
Not on my ribs.
It's an experience.
Being a football player, I thought that he would definitely push through.
You have to be able to give yourself an out when you're doing these designs because you've now camouflaged the entire piece.
Cruzman. You did a nice stylized rose here on this guy. It's readable, it's placed well. It's not knocking me out in terms of crazy creative ideas.
It's just very simple, man. I don't feel like this is a tattoo that's fighting to win.
I've already been called Safe Sally. I'm gonna do what I feel comfortable doing and send him out of the door with something nice. I'm not gonna piss the dude off.
Did you see everybody's drawings?
Most of them.
Not really threatened.
Not really.
I gotta say, man, if I was him, I'd have done a rose too. If the rest of you get beat by a rose, then shame on you.
Craig.
It's a stone surface, and the symbol is recessed into the stone.
Correct.
Artistically, you have a lot of tricks. You did capture a lot of great tones in this to really make this thing have depth. But I get into this thing from a technical aspect. It's pretty rough, it's pretty sketchy. Even the background gray area looks like you colored it in with a Sharpie that's running out of ink.
It's not that you did a horrible tattoo, you're just not beating them. You could hit home runs and you're just not doing it.
Well, let's be clear. I don't think you're just talking about just this particular tattoo. I think you're talking about from Craig in general in the competition.
Yeah, I'm talking about where we are now.
Craig, let me ask you, is this more about the redemption, or is it more about the money, or is it more about the title?
It's just about the competition. I just want to get through it.
The answer shouldn't be to get through, it should be to win. People get through a marathon. You can get through and say you ran it. Doesn't mean you won it. This is winning it.
Like I say every time.
Time to poll the judges. Who had the best tattoo of the day? I'm leaning towards Chris. Chris gave us a portrait of a baby.
Chris changed the shape of the mouth on his portrait.
Too much.
I have to give it to Cruzman.
This is Ink Master. We're trying to give out 100 grand. He didn't swing for the fences here.
Nobody hit a home run on this one, man.
You're hung, he's with Chris, and I'm with Cruzman.
The judges have decided. There is no best tattoo of the day. The human canvas jury is deliberating right now. Their vote will put one artist up for elimination, and the canvas will be here to tell us why.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
That's my tattoo, and Cruzman did it. I think he did a pretty good job on it.
I think you just could add a little bit more creativity.
Yeah, I don't think that was challenging at all.
You want something that's gonna pop. You know, not something that you could just go get anywhere. He gotta come with a little bit more.
Right.
This is my tattoo. It's done by Craig. I really like it because it looks like it's three-dimensional, like it's real deep.
To me, it kind of looked like brass knuckles or a spine with the vertebrae or something.
You're tripping.
Craig just looked like flubber.
That's clearly more detailed than the rose.
Cause I feel like for his, you may be like, dang, what's that? As opposed to Cruz, like, that's just a flower. You feel me?
But my flower had
It's just a flower, though.
That thing standing up more than that.
It's time to find out who the human canvas jury determined had the worst tattoo of the day. Cruzman, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Darius, why did the jury vote Cruzman to the bottom?
You know, everybody else had no bigger pieces, so everybody else was being kind of creative. We felt like my guy wasn't just challenged enough because, you know, it's just a rose. That's not a top 6 performance right there.
You feel that there wasn't a competitive spirit?
I felt like my guy was just being safe and just like, hey, I need to stay in this competition. And I think he felt like it was all about him, not me.
I just didn't want to slit my own throat. There's 100 grand on the line, and I didn't want to take that opportunity away from me, so.
Thanks, Darius.
All right, now.
Take care.
Yep.
For this elimination tattoo, you must redesign a famous landmark as a new school tattoo.
Today's your lucky day. I am known in the tattoo industry for being one of the people who has built New School to what it is today. A good New School tattoo simply cannot be made without good artistry behind it. It is not easy.
Drawing is essential. By skewing proportions, you must completely reimagine the familiar landmark as a new school image.
This is gonna decide who stays in the top 5. Somebody is gonna go home. Don't plug big eyeballs into it. Make it so it has a little more flow, a little more style, and at the same time, you know exactly what it is still.
Let's meet your canvases. You may recognize one of these canvases. from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Donovan Smith.
Hold on. I love football. I'm super stoked that we got an NFL player in the house.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
My pleasure.
What do you think?
Super cool. I'm super stoked. I would have picked him for myself. I was like, dude, what is Nikki doing right now? It's just like totally hooking me up. Like,
well, I thought yours was going to be really hard with his dark complexion.
Ooh.
And then even if you do a good job, it won't look as good compared to others.
Right.
3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
It's gonna look good on the film, man. It's a pleasure, man.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it, baby.
Team Nunez, today you had to show artistry by transforming a famous landmark into a new school tattoo. Sketchy lawyer.
Having to go black and gray, color is not really that big of a deficit. Using your own artistry to really create a dynamic image, that is the area in this challenge where you excel. But what's up with her eyes?
They were just kind of ghosty, and I didn't really put pupils in there. I shaded off the top and then just put some white highlights in it.
You got this jawline of a beautiful girl and flowing hair, and then you got these just weird eyes that are on the different plane, pretty out of whack. How do you feel about the white in there?
I don't like the white at all.
But I think it looks nice in the nose and the lip.
In football practice, he's beating the out of that thing. And looking at who he is, and he's like this every day, downset hike with the sun beating the out of it.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Today, you must tattoo a portrait of an animal.
Make this thing legible. Make every texture feelable, touchable, movable. Now, I want to be able to feel these things in my mind. I want to know that there's feathers, or there's fur, or there's scales, or it's wet. Whatever it is, it's got to be obvious to the look.
Precision with photorealism is pretty much cut and dry. Your tattoo needs to look like a photo. If it doesn't, you really miss precision. I do this every day. This is what I do.
For your elimination tattoo, you'll be using your color skills to create an American traditional tattoo. This style became popular during the turn of the 18th century by sailors who would frequent the tattoo shops.
A great American traditional tattoo should have a lot of black, very clean outlines, bright colors with a limited palette. This is all I was able to tattoo for the first year of my career. I'm going to be good at this. It's American traditional, real simple. It's got to be bold.
My pasty skin finally comes in handy for something.
My goal is in 5 hours, get done about 5 tattoos.
Josh took the easy route. You know, I basically just looked at like the most basic version of traditional tattoos and just redrew them. It's kind of like taking a gamble. I think the judges are going to tear him up for just taking the easy way out.
All right, that's it. Time's up. Machine's down.
That's nice. Not one other person in here did what was told of them to do. They didn't simplify enough. It's American traditional.
Welcome to tonight's elimination. Your job was to do an American traditional tattoo. We will be judging you on color and how well you stuck to the American traditional style. Josh?
You put the color where it should be, and it looks bright.
Instead of doing one in an hour and then sitting down and smoking cigarettes the rest of the time, you gave the guy 6 tattoos.
You took good, solid, clean images that have stood the test of time for 100 years. You didn't nitpick with a bunch of little frilly details. You didn't take it to the limit with a bunch of fancy, lighter colors. You did exactly what it was expected.
And this competition is to hand out the prize to somebody who can do it all. That's what it boils down to. In your case, man, you know, you hit it. You hit today's mark. You know, it's like you could find somebody who does the most beautiful photorealistic portrait and then ask them to tattoo an eagle. And it's like, oh, you need to roll of toilet paper because that eagle is not going to come out looking like what you're asking for. You put your traditional boots on today. Good job.
Thank you.
Josh, you had the tattoo of the day, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You were smart. You went simple, you went bold, and it's clean.
The client told you what they wanted, you gave him 6 of what he wanted, and you did some nice traditional work. You can thank your mentor for this one.
Yes.
This week, we're testing you on color.
The judges are looking for how saturated your color is, how rich, how vibrant, how hard it pops.
For this elimination tattoo, we're going new school.
Oh, wow.
New school tattoos are bold, bright, and include fantastical designs.
Jesse is amazing at this. He's the baddest new schooler in the house.
5 million people are gonna watch me kick your ass at this.
Hey man, I hope so. I'm getting an underhand pitch in a baseball game. I mean, I gotta hit this out the park.
I think it looks just like him.
Glad you like it. Being this is a new school competition and new school is what I predominantly do, I should be in the top.
Jesse Smith is a player in this game. He is the queen on the chessboard. I'm a new school kid, you know? I grew up doing new school, so I'm a lot more comfortable. I'm coming after that mother.
This week, you had 6 hours to complete a new school tattoo. We're testing you on color. Jesse.
This is your lane, so this is what we expect. This is a clean, clean, clean tattoo, and you really show off this style.
It's a great tattoo, caricature style, the nose to the fine detail in the hair. Definitely one of my favorites of the day. You did a good job.
Thank you.
This week, we're testing texture. In the Flash Challenge, you had to tattoo a difficult texture. In the Elimination Tattoo, we're testing how well you replicate texture to make your tattoo lifelike. For this Elimination Tattoo, we want you to terrify us with a horror tattoo.
I am ecstatic that this week we're doing horror images. It is 70% of the work I do. I'm gonna kill it.
Similar to books and films, horror is a broad style with one goal in mind, and that's to scare. The tattoos look real using texture to bring them to life.
What are you looking to get done?
Want a zombie with the flesh ripping off the face with fire involved.
Steve?
Clint gives me the human canvas that wants a zombie skull. Clint, throw me a bone. He's my boy. You couldn't have picked it better for me. I'm happy as a pig in I'm known for tattooing dead stuff, bloody, gory, demon-like. I mean, this is the best stuff I do. I'm really super happy about this.
Everything you do is a horror flick. What here does horror? Point to Steve.
This week, we asked you to create a horror tattoo. We were testing texture. Steve.
I like the way you layer. You can see it in the undertones. You do a really dark area, almost a field of black, but then you still get this darker layer behind it where you really add the texture and you really make those little pits.
The real look of depth you get in the eye socket in the back of the mouth really make this thing stand out. We're looking for texture. This is texture.
Jesse and Steve, you guys have the top 2 tattoos. The judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Steve.
Good job.
There's an obvious trend. You guys are battling. You guys obviously know that you keep rivaling back and forth, but the bottom line is that we've seen you do color and we haven't seen you do black and gray, Jesse. You gotta fight back soon, man, and it's coming. I wanna see you guys do some.
This week, we're testing your use of value.
Value is taking something from its darkest to its lightest and having it be a seamless transition from one to the other.
There is no better way to measure value than with a black and gray Day of the Dead tattoo. Black and gray is all about the smooth transition from the lightest value, the skin, to the darkest value, solid black.
It's black and gray, not mixed black and white.
We're able to use white, of course, for highlights, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Let's meet your canvases. Tattoo Baby, you won the Flash Challenge. You now have the power to assign all of the human canvases. Choose wisely.
The advantage to be able to pick everybody's skull. I want people to do good.
I want a new school female, pigtails, old Western style.
He wants it new school. I am like, damn, that's the one I want.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna hook that thing up. Tattoo Baby throws me a bone. This one is awesome. I feel like I could really start to shine. What do you think?
I love it.
Good. The canvas that I got actually let me draw my style of artwork. I'm finally doing a new school tattoo.
I like her tattoo too. That's a good touch. Banging this out.
Artists. Today, we asked you to show us proper use of value in Day of the Dead black and gray tattoos. Jimmy.
It's pretty sad that on Black and Gray Challenge, one of the best tattoos of the day is a new school tattoo without color in it.
My favorite part of the tattoo is the little sugar skull on the shoulder. That is awesome.
You showed that you know how to get different values out of black and a lot of smooth transitions.
It's those little areas of greatness that give us the full confidence to go, this guy knows his.
Appreciate you guys' time.
judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Jimmy.
Congratulations, man. You came out and you showed how versatile you are. Really nice job.
Thank you.
This week, we are testing technical precision.
If you don't have technical precision, your lines won't be in the right spot, your shading won't be solid, you'll basically just make a mess.
Today, you'd better be on your A game because you're tattooing the toughest test of technical precision, a color portrait. But that is not all. You must tattoo color portraits of characters who are recognizable to millions of fans all over the world. X-Men.
Sweet. I've done over 100 color portraits in my career. Not everybody knows how to do a color portrait. This is something that I know how to do.
People saying like you've never done portraits, and I'm thinking in the last 3 seasons, they've always done portraits. You had to assume that you were going to be doing a portrait.
This is my specialty. I know I'm going to win this challenge.
Like, how could you come into a competition like this and not get your together?
Today, we ask you to use technical precision to create an X-Men color portrait. Halo.
Halo, man, this is a great tattoo. Your skin tone is a lot darker than the photo. That is a good choice. You have to up the contrast on these light skin tones, or else they're just gonna blend into the person's natural skin tone. Your experience really shined through in this challenge. Very good job.
This week, we're testing lines.
Lines are the backbone of every tattoo. If you don't have that bone structure, your image is gonna be totally screwed up.
One of the most rigorous tests of lines is ornamental tattoos. Ornamental tattoos are intricate patterns of lines repeated to create a complex design.
I am stoked. This is right on my alley. This is what I do at home. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
And remember, in every elimination tattoo, you'll always be tattooing head-to-head with at least one other artist, giving an apples-to-apples comparison. Today, the canvases are in pairs. Every canvas wants the same subject matter as one other canvas. That means you will all be going head-to-head with one other artist. And the judges will directly compare your work in critique. One of you will win, and one of you will lose. Aaron and Emily, you won the Flash Challenge. You now have the power to assign all human canvases together. By assigning the skulls, you're also determining who tattoos head-to-head.
Having control of the first skull pick is truly godlike.
Aaron? Chris.
This is what I do, and this isn't what Chris does. He's got shaky line work, he's green as so he is an easy target, and I'm gonna take him down.
I'm gonna send Aaron home.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Is this good?
I don't know, Aaron, is yours good?
All kinds of people think that they can do ornamental style tattoos, and they can't even run straight lines.
It's kind of funny. And one of my favorite challenges, one of the ones everyone else is sweating over.
I do this. This is what I do at home. Chris and the rest of the artists here should be worried today.
Wow, man. That is awesome. That's the best tattoo I ever got. Thank you.
Check it out, man.
That's dope, man. That's hot.
Aaron called me out by challenging me head to head. My lines on this tattoo are perfect and precise. I know I'm a better artist than he'll ever be.
Chris's tattoo is flat. It's super busy. There's no contrast. I'm going to kick Chris's little short bow tie suspender wearing ass.
Today, you had to use intricate patterns of line work to create ornamental tattoos. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist, and we will directly compare your work. One of you will win, and one of you will lose.
I think everybody in the room did much better tattoos this week. So I am happy for the fact that everybody stepped up.
Chris, let's start with you. You were up against Aaron, and Aaron was part of the team that handed out the skulls, so he gave you this challenge against him. How do you feel about that?
I didn't really let it affect me too much. I mean, I'm pretty confident in my piece.
I like the little bit of areas of softness that you have, like the one little piece of filler that's kind of off out of focus. Overall, you do have some nice line work in here.
The back part of the skull looks a little ear-ish, but I think the lines are amazingly clean. I like the use of the red up against that lighter gray. It's a great tattoo, man.
Thank you.
It's time to poll the judges in terms of this head-to-head competition between Aaron and Chris.
These two tattoos are both very clean, but the lines that Aaron put in there hedge them over the top a little bit for me.
I'll have to say Aaron as well.
I'm gonna go with Aaron as well. Chris?
Aaron.
The winner of the head-to-head competition is Aaron. Get ready to be put to the test.
Oh, boy.
There are 2 tables of skulls today. In this elimination tattoo, it's the luck of the draw.
Oh, man, are you kidding me? My fate can be in the crazy hands of a skull pick?
Each of you must choose one skull from each table. 1 table of skulls will determine your style, and 1 table of skulls will determine your subject.
I'll do any style, anytime, any place. Bring it on.
You've also been randomly assigned a picking order. Clean, you're up.
New school.
What?
I consider myself one of the forefathers of new school tattoos.
He invented new school.
Tiger. Bang. Man, I am pumped. There's no way I'm gonna drop the ball on this one.
I feel like I've done really well so far.
I've been the front runner in this whole entire competition.
This is my wheelhouse right here.
Clean Rock 1, going to the finale, hands down.
I got my eye on the prize, you know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more tattooing.
Got a winner?
Yeah, got a winner. Oh my God.
This week, you had to prove that you could take on any challenge and persevere. A trip to the live finale is on the line. Clean. Let's start with you. You pulled the new school tiger.
I've been doing this style for 15 years. I tried to bring every trick I had in my bag on this one.
Your lines, super crisp, black, solid. You got some great little details in the gums and the teeth and the tongue. Your blends from orange to yellow and from blue to white. Seamless, man. You totally nailed it.
Thank you.
Who had the best tattoo of the day?
When you really look at Clean's tattoo, there's tricks in the tongue, there's tricks in the gums, there's smooth blending, there's a strong outline.
Final decision.
Clean.
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 The judges have decided, Clean, you have the best tattoo of the day. But that's not all. You have also earned your spot in the live finale.
The overall body of work and the consistency, I don't think anybody can deny the fact that you're a solid tattooer, and that's what it took to get to this spot.
Oh my God. This is for real right now?
You're going, man. Congratulations.
A little overwhelmed right now.
This week, we're going directly into an elimination tattoo.
Whoa.
You are being tested on legibility.
If you cannot register what a tattoo is within 3 seconds, technically it's wrong.
You must tattoo a style that every master should excel at and every apprentice must conquer. American traditional. We are surrounded by authentic airplanes from World War I and World War II. During that time, the American traditional style became increasingly popular. Colors were limited, so tattooers relied on heavy use of black to create strong contrast. Once again, for this elimination tattoo, you will be competing head-to-head with your master or apprentice. Tattooing the same subject. Canvases who want gypsy girls, you're up next.
Matt, Katie.
Where are you wanting to put your tattoo?
Shoulder.
Chest. I'm gonna choose the young lady as well.
MV, last week your apprentice was eliminated. You've been assigned an open canvas, and now you get to choose which pair of artists you want to tattoo against. Only one of you will win, and 2 of you will lose.
You need to figure out which 2 people you want to go home. That's the team you got to pick.
I'm thinking more about the subject matter than who I'm going against.
I'll tattoo the gypsy against Matt and Katie.
MV going up against Matt and myself is the biggest mistake he could have made in this competition. Traditional is my
Clean American traditional, that's what I'm going for. Nothing else.
MV has succeeded in himself. Matt and Katie aren't the 2 you'd go against for this particular challenge. This is the one area where they're the most comfortable.
I know that Matt can pull some really clean lines, and Katie beat him last time.
I just gotta do a clean piece.
Am I crazy? Does anybody else know this is a game? MV is playing the game badly.
We're getting there.
This week, you had one more chance to battle your master or apprentice head-to-head to prove which of you is the best. One of you will win and one of you will lose. lose, and you could be eliminated. Matt, let's start with you. You went head-to-head with MV and Katie.
Immediately, the profile is appealing. It is legible across the room. It does have that punch.
I like the rose. I like the brown. It makes it rich, subtle. It's tough. It's not dainty. I like it.
Thank you. Katie. Katie, what went through your mind when MV decided to go up against you and Matt?
I was kind of surprised because he knew that I enjoy doing a lot of traditional tattoos back home.
I like the shape of it. I like the initial look of it. Everything's really smooth, really stylized, and then we get to the eyelashes. Kind of looks like spider legs coming off her eye.
MV. Of all the artists that were available to go up against, you had the choice, and you chose to go up against Matt and Katie.
I didn't want to just take the easy layup. I wanted to go against people that actually excel at this.
This is a very poorly drawn profile of a face. Just because it's simplistic doesn't mean that it's traditional. It can still be pretty, it can still have style. This tattoo does not have any of those things.
All right, judges, time to debate the winner of this head-to-head challenge.
Matt and Katie's tattoos clearly meet the legibility part of this challenge, but Matt's is a little bit more of a classic look.
Matt for the win.
Matt, the judges have decided. Matt, you have won your head-to-head competition. And this week, we're testing contrasts.
Contrast is the ability to use lights and darks or opposing colors to really make your design pop.
Today, you must create a stained glass tattoo.
Got all the textures in the glass and everything.
We're going for a marbly broken glass effect in here. Chris and Eric put me head-to-head against Dave Clark. So I guess they want Dave Clark gone right now. I grew up in a church. I've made stained glass. They are not going to know what hit them. I have several ministers in my family. That's kind of the family business. When I decided to become a tattooist, I knew that I would have some resistance. It made me overachieve. I'm not going to be a tattooist. I'm going to be the best tattooist in the whole world. Nobody was thinking about illustrating the lead. No one.
Today, you had to use contrast to make vibrant stained glass tattoos. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist, and we will directly compare your work. Dave, you went head-to-head with St. Mark.
The contrast in the colors play nicely to this tattoo. I like the attention to detail in the finer lines, how you connected the glass together. Overall, I think you did a decent job here.
St. Mark. You took such an attention to detail with making these panes look like glass. And the little areas where you're showing that the lead is dimensional.
I wanted to stick to a super bold lead outline.
Putting the waves and the colors in the glass really shows a lot of great contrast just in the dynamic shape of the bird.
Killer take on this challenge.
Mark really surprised us with some techniques that we weren't expecting to see today.
Hands down, this one goes to St. Mark.
I'm definitely with Mark today.
Winner of the head-to-head challenge is St. Mark. Congratulations. Welcome back, Jesse. This week, you are calling the shots. What's the next elimination tattoo?
Today, we're gonna do black and gray portraits.
Why did you make that decision?
I got eliminated season 2 for black and gray portrait, and I just wanted to, start off where I left off. I put a lot of effort and a lot of time into strengthening my weaknesses.
Yeah, he's been practicing like a mother.
Black and gray portraits? What the hell, Jesse? You're a new school artist. Why would you choose this?
Picking portraits is a power move. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to win this competition.
Jesse, have a seat.
So, guys.
Guys, you heard him. You must tattoo a black and gray portrait. But that's not all. Your canvases all want tattoos of their personal political hero.
What?
Everyone knows what political figures look like. So if we make one mistake, your average person is gonna know it.
What's your favorite style of tattoo?
This right here.
Portraits.
Do it all the time.
If there was a dictionary definition of a one-trick pony, it would have a picture of Jesse Smith. He might think that he went out and practiced portraits, but he just walked into a Viper's den full of people who are killer at portraits.
The trickiest part is just like all these little subtle wrinkles and stuff.
Gonna be pretty rad. I need to crush this today. I need to let everybody know in the house that this wasn't even a competition.
You convinced me from the get-go. As soon as I saw your Instagram, I'm like, this dude knows how to do portraits.
Clean gives me George Washington. I did not want this, but I specialize in black and gray portraits.
Looks great, man. Really smooth.
Clean is not a black and gray artist. He's about to get sent home by a new artist.
Today, Jesse challenged you to tattoo a portrait of a political figure so well known that the tiniest flaw will be obvious. Christian.
As far as capturing a likeness, you really get the personality and the look of this person. You cut down on the number of wrinkles, but kept the direction and the flow of the wrinkles just right. Smart choices on how to interpret what's in the real photo.
The actual way that you do the hair coming over that right ear, perfect. It's beautiful because her hair is really white and light over that ear. You nail it. This was a great attention to detail. You're definitely ahead of the curve when it comes to portraits.
Anthony.
It's evident that portraits are your thing. The softness of the shading where you can't see it start or finish is great. All in all, the interpretation on this, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the divot you have in the left side of the cheek, that tiny little highlight that you captured, it's a great job.
All right, guys, now it's time to determine a win for today.
Christian and sausage, that's the fight at hand here today for me. Going with Christian.
It's unanimous. The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Christian. I'm gonna go check in with Ryan Ashley now. Hey, Ryan. How's it going? Good. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, so Ryan, America assigned you fine line black and gray, which is your specialty.
Yes.
You gotta be happy about that.
I am thrilled. I mean, I have a very specific style and didn't have the opportunity to show it while filming. And, you know, today's the day. Now I get to show everything that I
So you didn't really get to do your style, yet you made it to the finale.
Yes.
That's pretty heavy. Right on. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Ryan, you were assigned fine line black and gray, which is your specialty. Let's check out the judges.
Ryan, I'm happy that you got to do something to really show off and let us see what you do. You've done great tattoos all season. This is another one that lines you right up in that category. You've had a great outing. The question is fine line black and gray. There's a lot of bold lines in there. And I just feel like you stepped a little bit out of what was asked. But again, an amazing tattoo. Just the word fine line comes to mind.
All right, Ryan, thank you. Step back. Today, you must tattoo a portrait of an animal.
Make this thing legible. Make every texture feelable, touchable, movable. I want to be able to feel these things in my mind. I want to know that there's feathers, or there's fur, or there's scales, or it's wet. Whatever it is, it's got to be obvious to the look.
Precision with photorealism is pretty much cut and dry. Your tattoo needs to look like a photo. If it doesn't, you really miss precision. I do this every day. This is what I do.
What's up, Clean Rock One?
It's coming to see the legend over here.
Oh, yeah? Historically, in this competition, the day that people will get to do the they want to do, they normally go home. I'm about to rewrite the books today, though.
Watching Icon in action.
Hey, both of y'all right now. I'm trying to show that nobody in this house can do what I do. Because I'm TJ Mother Pool, goddammit.
Today, you had to be precise and tattoo an animal portrait. Team Christian, you're up first. TJ. This gorilla has kind of an innocent, soulful look to it, and I really do think you captured that look.
This tattoo definitely shows a lot of hyper detail, precision in the face. Every wrinkle is so magnified. I like the choices that you made here to leave this nose really stark light and not overshade it so that it illuminates the face a lot, because it really brings a lot more light to a very dark subject. It's strong, it's very legible to what it is. Definitely my favorite tattoo I've seen you do.
I appreciate it.
For today's challenge, you must tattoo neo-traditional animals.
Your antlers to head proportions may be a little off just to make it work better.
I want it to be more like anthropomorphic, so they don't got to be super huge.
Good, you got awesome use of vocabulary, man. I'm loving it.
I like the little chest hair you gave them.
Yeah, right? The women gave me this moose tat because they don't think I'm a capable artist, but I'm about to show them.
I love this tattoo.
You're looking at the tattoo of the day, man.
I spent a lot of time as a child sculpting, painting, doodling. I was just that creepy little kid drawing by himself.
Yes, killing it. Good job. Oh,
nice.
Yes.
This is when I finally get to show what I can do here as a tattooer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time is up. No more ink.
Yeah, man. That's good.
Dude, that is incredible.
Today, you had to demonstrate contrast by tattooing a neo-traditional animal. Jason.
It's a cool drawing. It's got a cool style to it. The rope border is a smart idea because it doesn't have to be that perfect hard circle with a hard outline. Having that little bit of background in there is a nice touch. So far, you have come out and you've drawn with your heart. You are the guy in the room that, on paper, is pushing with illustrations.
All right, judges, it's time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day.
I mean, for me, Creepy Jason standing out. Solid, legible, a lot of contrast. My vote for Creepy Jason.
I like to see art. I like to see things that I don't expect to see. I'm gonna go with Jason.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Jason. Today, you must tattoo a black and gray, realistic U.S. landmark.
What? Shit.
Wow. Today is a great day. We had the skull pick, and we're doing a black and gray challenge. My team, that's our specialty. So you stand no chance, brothers. One of you is going home.
It's like portrait day on crack. Lots of little details going on here. I wish it didn't have to hurt. I'm doing the Taos Pueblo. Bob told me it's a big rock formation, but turns out it's an entire town made out of adobe. It's like one of the most detailed tattoos I've ever done, I'm not gonna lie. Black and gray realism is my specialty. If I don't nail every single ledge and window and stair in this tattoo, I'll never hear the end of it.
Today, you had to show smooth shading tattooing a black and gray realistic U.S. landmark. Let's see how you did. West, you're up. Angel.
You took a smart approach to this tattoo because it is illustrated. You have a lot of smooth shading. You have areas that transition. All the negative in the face of these buildings shines so bright because you put the mountain behind it dark. You put the ground in front of it, medium tone. It's really legible, it's really clear, but this is a New Mexico Pueblo. That is a saguaro cactus. It only grows in Arizona.
Oh, shoot. That is my bad.
But overall, I think it's a very smart play on how to attack this.
Thank you.
Kill it. Good job, Angel.
All right, judges, time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day.
When you see Angel's finished tattoo, where all the bells and whistles are on the whole landscape, it tells a better story and is a better all-around tattoo.
Final decision.
Final decision is Angel because Jarrell didn't finish his drawing.
Thank you.
The judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Angel.
Thank you.
My strategy is to do the biggest tattoo the Ink Master has ever seen at a finale. I've proven myself time and time again. There is not a style that I couldn't do. Win or lose, I want this thing to be the baddest thing that's ever walked on that stage, period.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Your final canvas.
Right on. I don't know about you, but I want this title of Ink Master more than anything. You ready? Here we go.
Oh my God, so sick, dude. Let's do it.
That's it. I mean, it's big, but if you sit, man, we're gonna get this done, and it's gonna be amazing.
So is this gonna wrap down my leg? Is that how this is
Yeah,
gonna...
a full chest, full rib panel, all the way down onto a leg.
All right.
So, I mean, this is literally covering half your body.
All right.
It's gonna have a lot of color in it, and it's gonna be bold, and it's gonna be powerful. I mean, you're gonna be able to see this thing from across the room. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, you've already got something on your chest already, huh? Well, I didn't expect a cover up. I mean, are you cool with me covering that up?
Yeah, whatever you need to do.
I guess the snake's about to eat the rat.
All right, let's do it.
Moment of truth. All right, you ready, man?
Yeah.
All right, if you need any breaks, just let me know. You gonna be cool?
Yeah.
Halfway halfway done. I'm trying to write history, and I'm trying to win this competition. My speed is definitely one of my strong suits. I love snakes. It's one of my favorite things to tattoo, and I love tattooing skulls. So I figured, why not do both of these together? Christian tried to screw me. He knows that I love doing new school tattoos, so I'm gonna do a tattoo that is not new school, and it's gonna smash anything that this guy can even throw at me. All right, let's go check it out.
Oh my God, so sick.
That's the first session. Like, we still got a lot of work to do, but I mean, you sat like a boss, dude. So next session, I'm gonna tackle that rib, and we're gonna just try and get as much done on that area as possible. So then that way, if you decide I can't take any more, we still have time to go work on something else.
We got a long road today. We're gonna try and knock out as much as we can. I mean, I definitely got a couple spots I'm gonna have to re-outline.
Okay. My goal is to get this whole skull colored in as much as possible today. Get comfy.
Talk yourself through it, man.
Try and get this whole section done. No matter what you gotta do, you gotta fucking grind it out and make it happen, all right? You did good. Next session, we definitely have to finish that skull completely. We still got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Go ahead and hop up, man, and let's go check it out. You all right? Yeah, it was a tough day.
Oh, look, it's sick.
I know, we just got that little section up here to finish.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that next session we finish your leg, the skull, and the rest of this stuff over here, no matter what. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got this thing in the bag, man. We got this one, right?
Positive vibes, bro.
I bet you Christian's super lost right now because he can't even do black and gray. I mean, what else is the guy gonna do? He's probably trying to do some bogus-ass, crappy new school drawing to try and outshine me at new school. You did good today, bro.
Tried, bro.
Well, no, you did great. You ready to check it out?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Actually, I got done a lot more today than I thought I was gonna get done. We got a little bit to go on the teeth over here, maybe some little fine line details on the skull. Once we finish all this heavy color on the snake, this little cover-up is definitely gonna be an issue. We gotta make sure that this thing is rock solid. I mean, this is $100,000 on the line. Today, we're gonna focus on the top half, the center part of the snake's head and the belly right here. So I'm gonna make sure that I get all of this done today. We got no time to spare. Start that motherfucking clock. If I can finish this background today, then next session, we're just gonna be sipping on lattes. Boom. Yes, you're happy. You are super happy. Seems like every session you just keep sitting better and better and better, you know? So when we're done with this, we'll start on your back. I still gotta do all the detailing. I still gotta do all the texturing, fine line stuff. I didn't want the background to be powerful. I wanted it to be real soft, so I used a real light gray. Next session, I have to make sure that I camouflage this cover-up flawlessly. Your mind is definitely in the game right now, and next session, if you could bring that same mindset, we're gonna take this thing to the win. Today's session is gonna be all about the details. I'm gonna make sure that I put fine lines in this whole entire thing. As far as the cover-up goes, I think if I just hit a few little spots and maybe a couple little textures, that thing's gonna just disappear 100%. Christian tried to sabotage me by not giving me a back, but honestly, I feel like I did a way bigger task by doing your chest, belly, and your ribs. I literally blasted probably the biggest rib tattoo that's ever been done on Ink Master, and I did both sides of your ribs. I think this piece right here is definitely gonna show that I do have what it takes. If this doesn't scream Ink Master, I don't know what does. All right, Trevor, let's check it out, bro.
It's crazy, dude. Oh my God, it's half my body.
They wanted a 35-hour tattoo. Well, that's a 35-hour tattoo. I want this win, and I want this $100,000, and I'm bringing it home for Vegas.
Duffy, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. I gotta ask, why did the human canvas jury vote Duffy to the bottom?
I didn't. I love my tattoo. It's things I asked for that they found as imperfections.
How hard did you fight and stick up for Duffy?
Just before punching someone in the face. Well, thank you.
Today, you must tattoo a Japanese dragon with water, and you're being judged on legibility. Let's meet your canvases.
Dragon coming out of my rib cage.
Ripping out of the skin.
Yeah, like grabbing him and putting his head out of my rib cage. Yep.
And you're not moving it from your ribs.
Nope.
This guy's
I'm not moving it.
This canvas's ideas are nuts. If this is what he thinks traditional Japanese dragons are, he's loony.
I'm open about a lot of things, but it ain't coming off the ribs.
Okay.
I had lap band surgery.
You had lap band surgery?
I had it done. I lost over 200 pounds.
Can I take a look at your ribs?
Yeah, sure.
Holy crap. A lot of loose skin. The swelling of the skin is going to be immediate. When people lose a lot of weight, their skin becomes very rubbery. It's like thin paper. You can blow a line just by whispering. The biggest thing that I have going against me is your skin.
Of course you got to overcome and adapt. Is the skin as bad as you thought it was?
Oh, the skin's bad.
Because I lost the weight, is that why?
Totally, it's been stretched out. I got the worst canvas of the day because the skin is so fragile. If I'm not careful, it's gonna swell up to the point where I can't tattoo it. All right?
Burns so bad.
It's not very fun.
Oh my.
Christian and Clean were clearly out to screw me. I'm a threat, and they're trying to take me out. So I appreciate you fighting through with this.
How you doing, buddy? Starting to get a little rough?
If it wasn't for the burn, I'd be straight, man.
Sausage is totally rattled. I almost feel guilty. Almost. I'm pretty sure Sausage is going to eat my face tonight.
Oh, is he angry?
Oh, he's beyond angry. Sausage should be feeling like a little kid because he's going to get spanked today.
Sausage.
The legibility of this tattoo is lost just in the way you shaded it. You put black right up to the edge of the dragon and then black right inside the dragon. The same tones inside the head as there are outside the head. It makes it overall messy.
The problem with skin that has weight loss, it's much harder when it's deflated.
That being said, you do have some anatomy issues. The neck is so thick, and then you really taper down to this thin body. It makes it seem like the head is way in the foreground and the rest of the dragon's way off in the background. Your big downfall is the drawing.
The human canvas jury is deliberating right now, and their vote will put one artist up for elimination. Head back to the loft. One of you is about to pack your machines.
We are here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo, my art sausage.
It's too black. I really can't see the scales or nothing.
Yeah, too much shading.
It's hard to read.
You should have put some color in it.
But then that's the difference between a black and gray and a color tattoo.
But that's a black and dull tattoo then, because it's really dull.
Does this belong in the bottom? Hell no.
Who should be nervous?
I feel extremely nervous today. I think I dropped the ball.
We didn't drop the ball. We threw it in the neighbor's yard.
Now time to find out who the human canvas jury chose.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Sausage, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Ron, why did the human canvas jury vote Sausage to the bottom?
They said it was too dark, and that was it.
I'm sorry, Ron. This is not where I expected to see you
You
at all.
don't gotta be sorry about nothing. I was a bad canvas. It hurt.
He took some breaks, and we did the best we could.
I don't see this being a bad tattoo at all. I don't care what anyone says. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Okay, Ron, thanks for joining us, buddy.
See you guys.
Final decision.
Megan's has fallen short for me. It's hard to tell what's going on, and it doesn't hit the real traditional Japanese.
When I look at Megan Jean's tattoo, it appears cleaner to me. My vote is for Sausage. Chris.
Megan Jean.
The judges have decided. Megan Jean, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Today, you will be tattooing portraits.
Holy This is gonna be a really big challenge for me. It's been a long, long time since I've done a portrait.
Wow. What do you think?
I love it.
Oh my.
What do you think?
Wish I looked like that.
I need to prove that I can do other things. It's gonna be a big feat in itself today if I can make it past this point as one of the new school kids.
So do you do much like realism portraits?
I would say almost absolutely not at all.
We decide we're gonna tattoo her on her calf. She's not a big girl, and it's a lot of detail in this small spot. Every wrinkle, every strand of hair, every eyelash is going into this tattoo.
Can't believe the work that goes into this.
I have to at least try to take this home for my family. I can't keep being the bottom of the barrel.
You make sure you tell him if he's doing something wrong.
Kyle's looks like a ball of raisins kind of like smashed together. Is that horrible for me to say? He should be trying to soften her face and just show the main shapes of her face rather than every single wrinkle.
Kyle.
You accurately captured a lot of parts about this lady. If you look at the shading on their nose, it actually has dimension. You actually put the contour in there. But then you went in here and put too much time in every wrinkle. You accentuated the parts of the photo that you kind of don't want to accentuate.
I think your accuracy is one of the stronger points on it. You nailed it, dude. It's a lot more accurate, not to pinpoint Jason, than his glasses. You had a tough one, but I think you did a great job on it, personally.
Jimmy.
Your weak point is you didn't go dark enough. In the hair, in the eyes, the beard goes to the jawline. You kind of created some highlights in there that made it look lighter.
One of my biggest fears was to make the tattoo so dark that it looked like a cover-up.
I mean, we see Dave all the time, and his hair's jet black. His eyes are super dark and smoky, and you took some liberties with your accuracy. It kind of takes away from what it could have really been.
That's what I first thought, because I was like, that's
You should have trusted it. You ended up doing way more work than you had to.
The Human Canvas jury is deliberating right now. Their vote will put one of you up for elimination.
We're here to decide who has the worst tattoo.
My artist was Jimmy, and I got a portrait of Dave Navarro. The hair in the photo looks very large, and in the portrait, it seems much flatter. It looks like he has highlights. We didn't want to do just a solid black blob for hair.
Because when it comes to accuracy, this one totally looks changed.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the bottom.
My tattoo artist was Kyle, and it was a portrait of my mom.
Her face is more wrinkly.
He aged her way too much. Yeah,
I think he captured all my lines. And
To me, it kind of looks like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know what to say.
He should have gave that piece more life.
But you got to understand, he had the most detailed
Definitely.
one.
Just too much going on to actually see her.
But you don't see that it's her. You're not seeing it's her.
I think it's the worst one. I'm sorry.
I would agree.
I do too. So we've reached a decision.
Kyle, you're here because the Human Canvas jury voted that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I didn't really expect that. That's the people you're trying to please first, so that sucks.
This tattoo is way too little for all that texture. You don't have enough room to let the tattoo breathe, and that's what made it look so dark.
There's a lot of that's gonna come out. Those creases, they weren't done with solid black at all.
Jason.
You didn't do a horrible tattoo, but when we line it up against everybody else's and look at the accuracy of all these things, the ear, the hair, the glasses, it's those details that are wrong.
I saw my shortcomings on that tattoo, and I know that this is not the best of me.
Jimmy, you won Black and Gray Day, but because this challenge was named portrait, it hindered your black and gray. There was a lot of inaccuracies in your portrait. You should have stuck with your gut.
I took some advice from guys in the house, and I went against my better judgment.
The judges have decided. Jason, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Honestly, this was a tough decision. It was not just based on today's tattoo. It was based on the entire competition.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Today, you must all create a biomechanical tattoo.
And he's gonna judge it.
That's the scary part.
Having the godfather of biomech judge my tattoos, it puts so much pressure on you.
I don't do biomechanical. I'm absolutely terrified right now.
It's not gonna be fun. Biomechanical tattoos are free-flowing forms that either grow or come together in a mechanical, organic way.
Detail is really important in biomechanical tattoos because it enhances all the little tiny crevices and gives it that pop to make it that much more exciting.
You know Aaron Kane's here, so you better take your time on a biomech piece.
Be a good idea. When I do a rib tattoo, I attack. I go after it, I do it as big and bold as I can. I know I'm a proficient, solid tattooer, I'm technically sound, and I'm gonna kick some ass today.
It's a big piece, especially on the ribs.
I always go ballistic.
Eric.
My favorite part of this tattoo is the readability. The composition is really strong. You got the biomech elements just right. The contrast you got from the monochromatic background, and then those red elements in the foreground really gives it a punch. Overall, good work.
Thank you.
Mark.
There's a bunch of cool elements, but it's like you got a big box of biomech parts and you try to arrange them inside of this little pill-shaped area that doesn't really fit the body. So you have all these different elements that are just kind of plugged together, but they don't ever flow together. It's just kind of jumbled a little bit.
We also have the human canvas jury voting for the tattoo that they think is the worst.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
That's my tattoo. My artist was Eric. He put way too much of that green color in there. He shouldn't have done that at all.
It looks too aquatic for me.
Exactly. His line work was good except for the gears. I could see...
Only for the gears is where
Yeah.
it really gets pretty bad.
This is my tattoo. Mark was my tattoo artist. I'm very happy with the piece.
It's like too much of the same color down below.
Once it heals up, you're definitely gonna see more of the detailed work in the black shading.
The whole right side's kind of lost, and in the bottom, there's no shading where it's supposed to be sunk in.
You can't really tell what's going on.
With this tattoo, you're like, wait, what is it?
I feel like Mark's is better than Eric's. Eric added way too much color. I feel like my line work is a lot better with my gears compared to your line.
Your gears are nicer, but I think the actual biomechanical part of mine is nicer line work and design feature.
I feel like you're nitpicking with mine because my artist gave me the gears that I wanted. He gave me the colors I wanted.
I'm not disagreeing with you by any means. I feel your artist did what you wanted. It's not exactly what I wanted, so I mean, my guy does belong further down than yours.
Do we all agree?
Yes. Eric, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. You surprised?
I'm lost for words, to be honest with you. I thought I was doing a great tattoo, solid biomechanical, so I'm pissed off.
We don't always agree with the canvas jury.
It's my favorite tattoo. In my book, you're great.
You are not at a risk of going home.
You made my day.
Welcome back, Sausage.
Thank you.
This week, you are calling the shots.
Oh, okay, come on, let's do it.
What is the next elimination tattoo?
Today, we're gonna be tattooing my favorite comic book characters.
Oh, I knew it.
The catch is, you have to capture your canvas's likeness in the comic book character.
Oh, man. Morphing the canvases into superheroes? I'm not a nerd. I don't tattoo this kind of crap on people.
All right, Sausage, have a seat.
This challenge is specifically designed to test you at the drawing table. This will definitely separate the veterans from the rookies.
Hey. Oh, so you didn't go small.
Megan and Christian got it out for me. I am screwed on this chasing the fame superhero. I have to do a whole back piece for all the crap that this guy wants to put in this thing. Oh my God. Megan and Christian are on my list.
3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
It's the moment of truth. Hell yeah, they came out on point.
Clean's tattoo is ugly, it's ridiculous, and it doesn't follow the credentials of being a superhero. Bye. It's time to go home.
Gangsters, man, I'm loving it.
Clean. What comic book character did your canvas want to be?
One of Chasing the Fame.
This is a hard one. I'm just not a fan of the drawing of this tattoo. There's areas of technical ability that's just same old clean approach. Big areas of solid color, well applicated. But really, when it comes down to the fundamentals of the drawing of this thing, I just don't like it. I don't like the girl's hand that's wadded up on his thigh. I don't like her feet. It's rough.
The human canvas jury is deliberating right now, and their vote will put one artist up for elimination, and the canvas will be here to tell us why.
Today we are here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
It's my tattoo. My artist was clean.
Doesn't look like a superhero.
Looks like a guy wearing a suit with a cape.
I don't get cape, I get trench coat from that.
Yeah. She doesn't look happy to be in your arms.
Yeah, she's confused right now. I think she looks sexy.
Her nipples are so weird.
She's supposed to have huge breasts. She got a bad boob job. I just wanted something different.
Well, it's different.
My tattoo is the and I don't think my artist should be in the bottom, period.
Clean missed the mark.
It's time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Clean. You're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I don't agree with that at all.
Jay, why did the jury vote clean to the bottom?
They just said overall I didn't look like a superhero. I was just shocked. I had no idea that I would end up being down here.
Was the jury voting based on the superhero aspect of this or the technical way in which the tattoo was applied into the skin?
Not the technicality, yeah, just overall the look.
The idea?
Yes. In my opinion, I think it does look like a superhero. I love it, man.
Jay, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
I tried to give him exactly what he wanted, so my guy's chasing the fame, being a lady killer.
All right, it's time to decide. Clean, you're not going anywhere today. To survive the first elimination, you must tattoo whatever your canvas wants.
Dude.
But that is not all.
What?
Your canvases are very familiar with this competition because they've all been tattooed on past seasons of Ink Master.
Wow. God damn. That sucks.
That means they know exactly what they want and what they don't want.
That's crazy, man.
You good? This is crazy. She's twitching, she's moving. I feel like I'm in the back of a pickup truck trying to do this tattoo right now. Stop. There is no way I'm gonna let this bitch be the reason I'm going home.
Duffy. This is a really cute, solid tattoo.
Nice clean line work, the black shading, creating the contrast, blending out smoothly to the color, looks very solid, shows your ability to do all the necessary requirements.
Thank you.
The human canvas jury is deliberating right now. Their vote will put one artist up for elimination, and the canvas will be here to tell us why, in person.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo. My artist was Duffy.
It just looks squashed and compressed.
It's supposed to be chubby.
It has a goatee.
I have a goatee.
It looks like it has a goatee. That's her hair, right?
Yeah, the gray streak because I have a gray streak.
She has a comb over. Here's where we're gonna start butting heads with yours. There's so many little things.
There's so many little things
But I
with
think it
yours,
adds
too.
up more because you have less detail in yours, so it's more noticeable.
You have a cartoon squished squirrel.
Well, you have a cherub
Don't
with a head.
don't try to make stuff up because yours is the worst of the day.
Who thinks Duffy has the worst tattoo of the day?
I'm good with that.
Raise your hands.
I'm good with that.
There you go. All right?
The human canvas jury has deliberated. Let's see what they decided. Duffy, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. I gotta ask, why did the human canvas jury vote Duffy to the bottom?
I didn't. I love my tattoo. It's things I asked for that they found as imperfections.
How hard did you fight and stick up for Duffy?
Just before punching someone in the face.
Well, thank you.
What other tattoos were considered as a bottom?
Brian's was very hard to read. Also, a huge nose for what you could not tell was a mask.
Well, I gotta tell you, had I been in that jury with you, Duffy wouldn't be standing down here.
I know that I didn't sit so still, and she went out of her way to try and make me comfortable, make me happy.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations on your new tattoo.
It's shocking to me that a cutesy little bug-eyed squirrel took out Odin, a phoenix, and a devilish portrait.
Final decision?
Brian.
Chris?
Brian.
The judges have decided. Brian, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
For
For this flash challenge, you are designing for a very picky canvas. Me.
I've never tattooed anybody as famous as Dave Navarro. I think it would be just so cool. But what if I got nervous and up?
You will have 2 hours to design 2 American traditional tattoos, 1 good luck and 1 bad luck. I will choose 1 good luck tattoo and 1 bad luck tattoo. The artist designs I choose will have 90 minutes to tattoo me at the same time.
Wow.
I gotta live with this for the rest of my life. Don't it up. All right, guys, you have 2 hours to design, and your time starts now.
I really haven't made a good impression on the judges thus far. But I'll tell you what, if I could do a tattoo on Dave Navarro, that's a good way to leave my mark.
Out of 18 tattoos, I should find 2 that I like, right?
I would hope that there would be a couple of good ones.
I'm gonna be a traditional master after this splash sheet. Jimmy's gonna be my biggest competition in this. He is the fastest, most creative artist in this house.
If everyone else is only designing 1 or 2 designs, 2, 4, 6, 8. If I give him 20 to choose from, odds are he's gonna pick one of mine.
I was gonna draw on each one
I'm sorry.
so you can go make a copy.
I didn't know. I thought that was just... Jesus Christ. I'm just so tired of the talking. Everybody thinks that I can't draw because I focus my art more on realism, but I'm hugely underestimated in this competition.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Pencils down. No more sketching. Yes. Tell us what you designed here.
Good luck, bad luck. This one's like a clean, crystal clear diamond. This diamond here is like a flawed, messed up diamond.
The dimension in these are good. I think the money one might miss on Dave because it's a little more street, as to where Dave's a little darker, a little more metal.
Craig.
I went for a lucky rabbit's foot, and my second one is a rabbit missing foot.
I'm just really impressed with the creative take on an old adage. People don't think that it's not so lucky for the rabbit.
Thank you.
Jimmy.
I actually rattled off 20 rough sketches.
Wow, 20 rough sketches.
Misfortune and misunderstood. It's kind of like both are bad, but in a good way. Bottom of the barrel. Traditional, lucky, unlucky.
You know, it's impressive to see somebody that can sit down and bang out a bunch of designs. All in all, you're showing.
Thank you.
Jimmy being so cocky is definitely a result of the entire group stroking his ego. And I can't wait to see him leave.
Joshua.
I tried to put like the numbers as 777 with the spades and then the 13 for the bad luck one.
The 7s to me are a little bit off. They're just a strange looking 7.
Joshua hasn't drawn anything yet. And the things that he's supposed to have drawn look like
Kyle.
A good luck, Bride of Frankenstein, kind of witchy woman. And then bad luck, broken mirror, murdered skull.
It's hard to read just seeing the outline because it's got a lot of stuff in there.
Joey.
I like the fact that the 7 is the obvious good luck choice, but it also still is more dark and creepy. With the skull being inside the 7 there, you could still shade it and give it the dimension.
What's up, Jason?
I noticed you wear a planchette,
Yes.
a Ouija board, and
Yes,
I
I
thought
do.
that's a really cool idea for something like a bad luck. So I put the all-seeing eye in there, and then I did a little Asian theme thing for good luck.
Sincerely, I do like the planchette design. You paid attention to some things that I'm interested in. Jackie.
These are good luck ones.
The broken wishbone.
And then like the 13, I didn't necessarily finish shading, but it has the upside down cross.
I like the 7 and the rabbit's foot. Once again, it's a design that could easily put dimension into it with the shading in the foot.
Cool. Tattoo baby.
This is the tattoo baby Elvira.
Oh,
Pinup.
look at that.
Oh, she's cute.
And then this one, which is a coffin with bat wings and legs.
I like the idea of the coffin and the legs, and it's also one you could shade and show dimension.
I like a lot of them.
Let's do them all.
Okay. All right, guys, really amazing work, and this has been a very, very hard decision for me to make. After reviewing your designs, I've decided that the 2 artists that will be tattooing me will be Tattoo Baby with her coffin design and Jason with his planchette design.
All right. I'm tattooing Dave freaking Navarro.
Congratulations, guys.
This is cool, but if I screw this up right now, I'm getting sent double time out of here.
You will both have 90 minutes to tattoo me at the same time. Good luck, and get your machines. You have 90 minutes to tattoo me, and your time begins now.
It's gonna be a long hour and a half, Dave.
Don't mess up.
I thought we were gonna be in a private location.
Yeah, those lines will straighten up over time.
I swear to God, I'll knock your teeth out.
They look great. It looks great.
Now I got all the artists circling me like sharks, just waiting for me to up. I'm trying to smooth these out. My plan is to take this simple planchette, add a little bit of a dip in the shading, and add a little shading to this eyeball to make it look three-dimensional.
30 minutes left, you two. Sick line work.
Oh, don't move. There's a lot of pressure. Everybody's gonna ask Dave Navarro, hey, let me see the tattoo that Tattoo Baby did. So I better do a damn good job.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machines down. No more ink.
Jason is really struggling with his background. It's gonna hurt him in this challenge.
Tattoo Baby's coffin is a little bit misshapen. I might even be able to win this challenge.
The winner of today's Flash Challenge is Jason. Jason noticed that I wear a little planchette around my neck, and he made a design that instantly appealed to me. It's a pretty badass looking piece. There is no doubt that while the competition has been fierce, many of you have formed strong bonds of your own.
I have no idea.
Today, we're going to put those bonds to the test. For this Flash Challenge, we are testing proportion.
Proportion is making sure that things fit in size in relation to another thing in the tattoo.
You have 1 hour to create any design that shows your mastery of proportion, and as with any tattoo you design, it should be one you are willing to wear. Your time starts now.
I think we're gonna be tattooing each other, which is pretty freaking crazy. Because they said they're gonna be testing our brotherhood bonds.
Oh, you'd be.
Joshua, so if this is a challenge where we have to tattoo each other, I want to tattoo you.
I will forfeit. Not because I don't like you, just, tattoo skills.
I know that everybody loves Tattoo Baby and she thinks she's this fantastically skilled tattoo artist. But in reality, she is tattoos up over and over and over again. It's bull that she's still here.
5 minutes remain. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Pencils down, no more sketching. Each of you has designed a tattoo, but you won't be tattooing it. You'll be wearing it permanently.
I knew it. We are the canvases. Oh, man. Dude.
For today's Flash Challenge, one of your fellow artists must tattoo your design onto your skin. Joey, you won Best Tattoo of the Day in the last elimination tattoo. You now have the power to assign the teams for this Flash Challenge.
Joey, I know where you sleep at.
It's time to play hardball.
Your teammate is the person who you must tattoo and the person who must tattoo you. So choose wisely.
Here's where you make a bunch of friends.
Who's gonna get tattooed by Josh?
I absolutely do not want to be with Josh. I'd rather not get tattooed by someone who I don't respect as a person or as an artist. You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Joey, I have to live with this for the rest of my life.
Artists, please reveal the name on the bottom of your skull.
I am nervous.
Joey.
Craig.
Come on, Craig.
Jimmy.
You ever had that feeling when you're on the edge of a cliff, you just want to throw yourself off?
I feel the love.
Tattoo Baby.
Oh my God. Hell yeah. Now I just gotta worry about the pain I'm about to go through.
Jackie.
Jason.
Joshua, Kyle, you're the final team.
We may form a brotherhood or bond from it, but I haven't been too happy with the kid in the past. We'll see.
Alright, promise you're not gonna hurt me.
I've been told I've got a heavy hand.
We need to win this flash challenge. I want that advantage so bad.
This shade work is wrong right here, dude.
Hey, you know what? This is just an example, all right?
I don't think that anything he drew shows proportion in any way whatsoever. This doesn't even make sense how you have it.
Look, it's like this.
I got this.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. Dude, I could freehand this thing without even drawing it on you. I feel like I'm married twice, dude. What the
I think I'm ready.
We're bonded forever, Joey.
Especially when we go to Germany.
Yes, totally.
How's that feeling?
Like a tattoo. Sucks, as usual.
Craig's design, if it shows proportion, it's only in the blade to the handle. There's nothing else around that really shows proportion. Me and Joshua are going to show proportion 100%. All these things can be in relation to each other, so all these things can be in perfect proportion.
Ouch! You gotta scrub that hard?
2 hours remaining, everybody. 2 hours.
I came up with a new school anchor.
Jimmy got some thighs on him.
This kind of reminds me to stay true to myself as an artist.
I would have picked Jimmy, but I didn't want to try and do new school. I'm really surprised how Jimmy did this tattoo. New school and proportion don't really fit together. He's shooting himself in the foot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up, everybody. Machines down. No more ink.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Joey, what exactly is that?
It's the Ink Master Gold Skull.
The relationships of the eyes, the nose, the teeth, everything shows really nice proportion, and the flower's beautiful.
Craig.
This thing kind of has new schooly cartoonish effect to it. If this thing looked more realistic, you would be able to follow that proportion a little bit better.
Jason.
Proportion, the shadow underneath it is proportion of the ball.
It's a singular item, but it's proportioned to itself.
That's a reach.
Jackie.
I drew up a grenade and then placed a pin in front of it, showing that it equals up.
This is completely in proportion. Doing something realistic, you hit the nail on the head with this challenge.
Jimmy.
The idea of it is that you have to know the rules before you can break the rules. Understanding what the proportions are, I know how much I can exaggerate it.
Definitely has that new school wacky shape, which I think kind of draws it out of the game for proportion.
Baby, you seem pretty happy to be paired up with Jimmy.
I was just happy I didn't get Josh.
For this challenge, I think it goes along the same thing what I said about Jimmy. It doesn't really follow the guidelines of proportion.
If it didn't have proportion, then you wouldn't be able to tell what it is.
Kyle.
You ended up with one of the best possible partners to do that design because the line work is almost perfect. As far as the proportion goes, everything is the right size.
Joshua.
This is another great example of proportion. Not just the two hands with each other, but every finger against the other finger. I'm very impressed.
What? Are you kidding me?
As far as hitting the nail on head, I freaking did it for sure.
The judges have decided that the winners of today's Flash Challenge are... Kyle and Joshua.
Going to Germany.
Kyle, you did a great job doing the actual anatomy of the machine. Joshua, if you put anything in a human hand, you can tell the relationship to the actual size of the hands. It was a crafty move.
Thank you. There is no better test of proportion than one of my favorite tattoos, a pinup.
I love doing pinups. This is my one chance. This is my one moment. I gotta do this time.
Your canvases this week might look familiar to you. Come on in, guys.
Wow.
Oh no. Holy
No way.
I can't believe that we're gonna tattoo these canvases. This is last season's crew.
Welcome back.
It's a pleasure again to meet you.
Clint, nice to meet you.
Sarah, you could take a seat, but you're definitely one person that I do not want to tattoo.
That's fine. I wouldn't have chosen you anyway.
What up, man?
What's up? What's up,
brother?
Nice to meet you.
My idea is a woman sitting in a chair, a machine is in her hand, and she is having an inkgasm.
Females seem to like to while I'm tattooing them.
Oh yeah, that just doesn't happen to me. I definitely don't connect with that kind of artwork, so I don't think I'm gonna be picking him. I wish you luck. I think it's gonna be a really awesome tattoo.
Joshua's playing it safe, but grow a pair, buddy.
Switch rooms, please, artists.
Is a lot of this stuff older?
Some of it is, that's all.
This looks newer.
Her persona last year was not an act.
Down maybe a little bit more. Mind if I did a quick sketch?
No. Bitch, who the are you?
I want to do a color Army Girl pinup on my thigh. Yeah. I've got drawings that I've done already. I will let you kind of do whatever you want with it because I love your stuff.
Kyle and Joshua, because you won the Flash Challenge, you have the power to choose your own canvases. Kyle, let's start with you. Who do you pick to tattoo?
Sarah.
Sigh of relief.
Sarah, she came damn close to winning. She can help me with the design.
Joshua, which canvas have you chosen?
I've chosen TJ.
He found a nice design that he does not have to draw, and he's gonna do what Josh does best, just copy.
Canvases, one by one, the rest of you will choose a skull to determine your picking order. Let's start with Mark.
Number 1.
Ron.
One of my biggest idols is here, Jimmy Lip Walk. I love new school work. If the tattoo gods are on my mother side, that's who I'm getting tattooed by. Number 5.
K.
2.
CJ.
3.
Clint.
Number 4.
So Nick, you're number 6. Mark, you pick skull number 1. Go ahead and choose your artist.
I'm gonna go ahead and rock with Jimmy.
Mother Mark. Ass.
Hey, Kutta, you pick skull number 2. Go ahead and select your artist.
I want Tattoo Baby, but I don't know if she wants me.
Please don't pick me. Please don't pick me.
I'm gonna go with Craig.
CJ, go ahead and pick your artist.
I'll go with the guy in the blue shirt.
Clint, skull number 4.
I'm gonna go with my girl baby.
Ron, skull number 5.
I'm gonna go with Jason.
So Nick, by process of elimination, that means that Jackie's your artist.
My girl. Today we're going to test proportion through our favorite thing, pinups. Pinups always require some manipulation.
We got this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You have to exaggerate certain things to make an appealing, attractive, beautiful figure with a beautiful face.
What would you really like to do?
I enjoy doing pinups, so I'm gonna kill it either way.
So, black and gray classics. Let's see, there's like army girls, sailor girls, pirate girls.
It have to be like a pirate, because I'm in the pirate system.
Oh, let's do a hot
Yeah, I'm down for it.
What do you think about that direction, you know what I mean?
I'd like to see more eyes. It's just something about the face. I like big heads on stuff. I mean, that's...
It gives proportion. If I make her bigger eyes than what she's got, then it won't be out of proportion. You're gonna get me kicked off, dude. There's no way they're gonna let me put some big-ass head on there like that with some big-ass eyeballs. The thing for the challenge for this thing is proportion.
I'm gonna get a new school pinup. That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna get. If I don't like it, I'm gonna walk the out.
This sucks. I totally feel screwed. Ready for a tattoo?
Yeah, yeah.
If Ron does not like this design, he's gonna walk. I think this would be cool.
I can do that. I was nervous as hell. I'm like, man, if I don't like it, I'm not gonna get it.
That would have sent me home if I didn't have nobody to tattoo. And this might send me home anyways, honestly, because it's new school. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I can't let you down.
All right, here we go.
All right, you ready?
Having a darker canvas does not give you the ability to do bright colors. I'm a color specialist, so I hope to just kind of pass by on this one.
The canvas, sometimes they ask for things that you really don't want to do.
Craig's weakness is gray wash, and if you can't do gray wash, you shouldn't be able to be an ink master.
Just gotta make sure the lines are super clean and tight. That's a nice line right there. As much as I thought he was comfortable, he definitely has some nerves and wobbly lines. You don't have to do single pass lines. You just have to make them look like they're single pass.
I feel as though Sarah might be happier with the machine in her own hand.
Balls to the wall. Go in. Get her down.
It's throwing me off my game.
4 hours remain.
These past few challenges have been really tough. I'm just having a really tough time being here.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a tattoo. We gotta live with it, but we're helping you guys out. This could easily help you or hurt you in a way.
I would really hope that this pinup redeems me, there's no excuse why I shouldn't do well.
TJ drew out of proportion comic book style designs, so I fixed the proportions to make it more believable as a pinup.
Yeah, this is definitely coming out like a tattoo that I would do at home, which makes me really happy.
Everybody's gonna call me out for not drawing this design, but nobody's gonna appreciate the fact that I'm able to take something that's out of proportion and put it into proportion.
Joshua's tattoo, I could pick this thing apart all day long. The hands are jacked, the ankles are broke. This kid needs to just be gone.
1 hour left, everybody.
I'm liking this.
After getting hit so hard on doing an animated style, I'm definitely going to keep this more on what I would consider a traditional style pinup.
It's not an over thought out pinup.
And tell me how many you've seen like this.
Definitely stands out in the crowd, that's for sure.
Joey, let's start with you.
I like the tattoo. I'm attracted to her, she's beautiful.
This is kind of what we mean when we're looking for pinup exaggerated proportion. You took a lot of liberties with making this girl look extra sexy. Her thin waist, her nice butt, long legs, really great. I think you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Kyle.
The smooth gray shading in this is really, really nice, especially in the legs. The part where you drop the ball is that foot that tucks up underneath. It just doesn't look like a foot. It doesn't look like it's in the right spot.
I think it's possible that the foot could bend up a bit more than you might think.
It took me a minute to even know what that was.
If you would have just hid it behind the fabric, that would have just been even better. But overall, I like the tattoo.
Craig.
Overall, you did a detailed tattoo and the proportion looks right, but as a whole, it's just something unappealing about it. You got a lot smoother on some of your lighter shading than we've seen before, but some of your darker shading is rough.
When you take a black and gray look, but you go at it in a color approach, meaning you're coloring in such massive areas of the whole figure and not letting it breathe, it just gives it a weird look.
I'm toning down my coverage from the Day to Dead.
You're getting better, but this whole approach to making it so solid and so colored, it's just gonna work against you. You need to get black and gray in your bag of tricks.
Jackie.
Proportion-wise, head to toe, she looks like the right height, length, and shape and everything, but the way that you contoured the shape of her butt, it looks saggy.
You shaded downwards on something that's curved and you went straight down. That's where you killed yourself. You do nice soft shading. It's just the direction in which you're pulling the shading on this tattoo that throws this tattoo way off.
Jimmy.
Overall, I think you did a great job. She's cute, the outfit, the detail in the shirt is awesome with the wrinkles.
This position, very, very hard to pull off. It's easy to make a girl look believable and cute when you show every shape of the body and the shoulders and everything, but the fact that she has no neck, the fact that her hands actually cross the barrier of being in front of her face, proportionally, it's totally believable. You really did a good job on this.
Jason.
I like the tattoo. I think she's cute. From the waist down, that's what stands out that's wrong. The hand just grabs me and scares me. And the foot, just those two things really are out of proportion to me.
Your biggest trouble in this tattoo is this blue.
It's not blended enough.
The dark blue doesn't look solid. The blend is not even, but I think you did a cute tattoo, and it being not your style, you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Joshua.
Question for everybody. How many of you think this face is gonna hold up?
Absolutely not.
Every bit of this tattoo has an outline. It just doesn't have a black outline. This face and those eyes, they're gonna be all but nothing in a short amount of time.
The brown outline on this thing was a miss. You're the guy who does outlines.
I've been going through this whole entire competition showing something that I don't do at home. I do objects from the real world which don't have outlines in them.
Why would you come here?
What do you mean?
Why would you come compete if all you do is what you do in your little box? If you're really trying to win, then try to win. That's what this competition does, is it weans out who's coming here doing just what they do. You made a conscious choice to do this tattoo this way, but this face will not be there. That's what hurts you.
Tattoo baby.
The sexiness doesn't come through in this drawing. The whole anatomy is off. The pelvic region where the hips come together and cross over looks really nice, but where it transitions to the hip, it doesn't make any sense. She's standing on one foot. When you stand on one foot, you have to shift your hips and turn your body to balance that way. But her pelvis is perfectly flat, straight. It's just very weird.
She's missing a shoulder. She's frontal to where we see both of her breasts equally in the center, but then a 3/4 turn on the back shoulder. That throws off the shape of her body incredibly. That's the part where you lost it.
Obviously, I want to do good, but just not really.
Do you see it?
No, I see what you guys are talking about.
This was bad for proportion day.
One of you wowed us, but 3 of you were less than perfect. The judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Jimmy.
The different tricks that you pulled off are what we're looking for when we're looking for somebody to hold the title of Ink Master.
Thank you.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Bob.
Wow.
And you were worried.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Bob. You have earned the first spot in the finale.
Shit. Look at you, dude.
My vote for the second spot in the finale is Angel. The judges have decided, Angel, you have earned your spot in the finale.
Oh my God, yes.
Jarrell and Jimmy, one of you will earn the final spot in the finale, and one of you will be packing your machines. Jimmy, you have earned the last spot in the finale.
Woo! Oh my God.
This is crazy, guys. We battled it out for so fucking long. And we busted our asses.
Yeah.
And hard work pays off. We're fucking here. This is it.
Let's do it. Bring
Let's
it
do
in.
it.
Oh, I hate you guys. Now the real competition begins.
You're going home, Bob. Yeah, with that $100,000. Fuck you, Bob.
What up?
What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Angel. What's up, Jimmy?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
You said I'm going home, and I guess I'm home right now, but so are you.
We're all home. We're all home.
Jimmy, where are you though? That's the real question.
I'm on the set of Criminal Minds.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, Jimmy.
I've never seen this one before, Jimmy. This is amazing.
Do a little turnaround there, Jimmy.
Look at that. Bam! This is my apocalypse outfit.
I like it. I should really be in my tank top, but it's kind of chilly in here. But I don't know. I'm super predictable. You guys don't need to see my belly button to know I'm wearing a crop top.
Well, I'm not wearing underpants, and I'm sure you guys can predict that.
Yes, very predictable.
Right? That's what happens when you live with someone for 2 months.
Well, guys, looks like we're at home instead of the finale.
At this point, the Ink Master finale has been canceled. But what's more important right now is that we all band together and do our parts to make sure we're all staying at home so that we can help fight this virus. And hopefully we can all come out better and stronger on the other side of this.
We would definitely much rather be hanging out at the finale right now, but we are staying inside, away from people, so that the entire community can stay safe. So we encourage everyone else to do that too.
We're all sitting at home right now. They're sitting in our basements like Jimmy, so.
Whose basement am I in, Bob?
I don't know. I'll have to check. One sec.
Maybe I'm in your basement. come
It's a little different. I'm actually super stoked in a weird way because I normally never get to just sit at home and draw all day. I usually just draw for the client and then go right to work and then come back home and sleep and do the same thing endlessly.
Totally. I started up this project that basically requires me to like do drawing swaps with all of my artist friends. And so that's been like taking up 100% of my time, and it's been really fucking fun.
You know, it's been a crazy year for all of us. You know, going through the competition and making it to the finale and all that stress. So at first I was like, this is great, a little break. But now as this thing, you know, progresses and we're getting further and further into it, you know, I'm ready to start making art again. I miss it.
All right, so as everybody knows by now, this season is titled Turf War. We got to represent teams from 4 different regions of the country, prove what we're all about. Bob and I are from the West, and It's kind of fun actually doing this from my shop where I kind of do what I do out here. You know, this is where Black and Gray essentially started, and this is where so much other stuff is happening, like up in Portland where Bob is. It's just exciting. I love that, you know, this side of the country gets representation.
It was really awesome to be part of the season because I was actually able to represent where I'm from and not just myself as an artist, but also like, you know, I was the only one from like the Pacific Northwest, so I also felt like I was representing my region up here as well.
For me, it was a good surprise when, you know, we all got into this competition representing our regions and where we were from. And that's super important to me because I'm an East Coast guy through and through. Not only that, but getting to know my team and doing everything that we could to fight, because the West Coast, you guys are a strong fucking team. We're kind of the underdogs, and that's okay because I'm proud to represent the underdogs.
You know, having a team was like, all right, this is going to be new and interesting, but having Angel on my team and being a veteran, she like kind of like showed me the ropes, you know, throughout the whole thing. It was not an easy journey.
First person I recognized was Jason Elliott, and I was like, fuck, this guy's here?
Seeing Jason, I was like, oh no, he's gonna take my spot in the finale, isn't he?
Yeah, and that dude can talk so much shit.
What state is that? Because I don't know.
My bed was next to his. And all you would do, as soon as we were trying to decompress from whatever craziness we just went through, Jason would just lay there eating chips and just like talk so much shit, he would whisper things to me.
Is that why you had your like iPad playing videos super loud at night?
It was my way to get in your head.
Oh my god, you asshole.
Is this psychological warfare?
I was hearing like people screaming and then sound effects and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Why doesn't Jimmy have headphones? I gotta wake up in 3 hours.
Well, I had earplugs. I wasn't even listening to it. I just left it on for you guys.
The strategy goes so much deeper than anyone realizes.
Yeah, because that's all it takes in this competition. And you guys know that. It's like one bad night of sleep that affects everything. And I saw that so much with season 11 where people would call home and talk to their families and stuff. And it's like the main thing you have to do is just like focus on the task at hand and try to leave all of that at home. Also, if you get the chance, you know, play murder documentaries so Hiram can't sleep.
I would definitely say I'm a little bit shocked that Kelly didn't make it to the finale. He really had the makings of a finalist. I think it just wasn't his day.
Jason was the guy when I first got there. I was like, we're all in trouble because I didn't know Kelly yet. A couple challenges in, when I really started to see what that guy was capable of, I was like, man, I hope that I get into the finale with Kelly.
Like he all of a sudden just was like, I get it now. I just have to do clean tattoos. The judges were just harping on us every single day. Be cleaner and apply tattoos better like Kelly.
Every
yeah,
day.
it would always, yeah. It doesn't even matter if you got tattooed the day. You were still compared to Kelly.
Good fucking job, man. Good job, done.
Thanks, man.
That last episode was insanity.
I honestly didn't know if I was gonna nail it or not.
Let the fun begin.
All right, I have no idea what's going on other than I'm doing a tattoo of this crazy fish, somehow pull it off. And then now I'm in the finale.
Oh my god, really fucking happy right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you won the first spot in the finale, Bob, I was honestly like, good, I accomplished something today. Now I just gotta get myself there.
And you lucked out. You didn't have to do the Friday the 13th shit.
Your fight is not over. To earn one of the 2 remaining spots in the finale, you must first survive a 13-hour tattoo marathon.
13.
Glad I'm sitting here safe.
Friday the 13th in Ink Master standards? No fucking way. That is a nightmare. Oh my god, that 13-hour day of just nonsense. Just like, I couldn't hear people talking to me. They were saying things and their mouth was moving, but I was like, that was just noises.
This is your friendly paramedic coming by to say, I haven't seen you go to the bathroom. I'm worried about your hydrating, so here's a bottle of water here for you.
Okay.
Please hydrate up, okay?
Thank you, sir. Stop drinking water. I got shit to do.
The medic comes over and scolds me for not drinking water. I don't even remember that. Like, I was watching it and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I gave him all that attitude. I was like, I'm fucking drinking water. And I was like, who am I? What was I?
I've never been through anything like that. Holding your eyes open, concentrating for 13 hours, it's a lot more difficult than I think people realize, even if you're doing small tattoos.
They're like, we're judging it on the amount of times your design was chosen, the drawings of your thing, how many tattoos you do, the quality of your tattoos.
Difficult placements.
Yeah.
Like, if you get a difficult placement, you can't talk them out of it. You know, just fucking go with it.
Right here.
Your ribs?
Yep.
Where do you want to put it?
Just gonna put on the ribs.
Okay. Where do you want to put it?
Right in my armpit. You're a fucking lunatic. That's what people tell me.
That was one hell of a day.
Angel literally did designs with perfect circles in them, like a madman.
What? I'm good at perfect circles, which ended up working.
I think you were trying to trip us up with that design because it had all those circles. They were like, this is gonna screw somebody over, but it ended up being like the banana peel that you kept slipping on.
I didn't think fucking 5 people would walk in and be like, Angel, tattoo this thing, and no one else would have to do it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Me and Bob, let's fucking do it.
I say this all the time. I think, happy emotions are definitely much stronger than sad emotions, and that one just got me. I was like, wow.
It was ugly crying.
Absolutely. Dude, I lost my mind. When they announced that I made it to the finale, obviously you guys were there and you saw me break down.
I put a lot on the line, so is Jarrell. We both put in a lot of shit throughout our entire lives just to get to this moment. I'm happy. Thank you.
It was a dream. I don't care if you fans say that I'm crying or I'm a crybaby. Those are tears of joy.
Dude, those were tears of joy. I have this picture of us 3 in the hallway. Bob at that point had time to adjust, like, okay, I'm in the finale. But me and you just looked ruined.
Then it's like you get a whole new wave of emotions because now it's like now the real hard work starts. Now you're gonna start preparing for the finale. And that's a whole different beast in its own.
Each of you will be assigned not 1, but 2 master canvases.
Okay.
1 25-hour back piece.
25?
25?
And 1 25-hour chest piece.
Oh my God.
Kidding me?
But that is not all.
It's a lot of shit already.
In addition, you must each also complete a 6-hour thigh tattoo at the finale.
Oh, what?
56 hours of tattooing, the most tattooing ever required by a single artist to earn the title. Jimmy, which style do you choose?
American traditional with an expanded color palette.
Angel, what style do you choose?
I'm gonna go with illustrative black and gray.
And finally, Bob, what's it gonna be?
I'm gonna have to go with biomech.
All right, guys, so this is my 25-hour back piece. I really wanted this one to go big, so this is what we did. I love this drawing. It kind of just flowed through me while I was in the design process, and it ended up becoming this really sick metaphor for me in the competition. I always kind of try to think of myself as like a warrior, like I'm fighting kind of through life. What you're looking at here is the struggle of the inner warrior. It's you versus yourself. And so I think that kind of manifested into this drawing. The other thing too is I really wanted to play with weird surrealism, symmetrical stuff. It was a huge risk for me to draw this crazy sword straight down the middle of his back, do 2 faces that are supposed to mirror. Even though you guys have seen my work before, I wanted to do something that is not going to be easy regardless of whether or not it's my style. So getting into tattooing, this thing was fucking crazy. Every single time we started tattooing, this guy would shake from the time the clock started to the time I was done. He would just shiver. And no matter what we did, that was just what I had to deal with. So, it was really me versus myself. I was like, holy shit, I put this crazy task in front of me. I better pull it off. And I remember looking at this thing, man, and being like, this is it. This is everything, dude.
This is my 25-hour black and gray illustrative back piece.
Ooh!
Holy shit.
I definitely struggled throughout the whole competition with black and gray. Obviously, I was in the bottom 2 of the days we had to do black and gray realism. I really wanted to show that I can not only do realistic aspects, but I can also do illustrative realism within a single subject matter. I had a good idea that, Angel's going to do some type of woman or female figure, so I wanted to definitely confront that challenge head on, as well as add some, mystical or mythological embellishment on this piece by giving her wings, giving her 4 wings and talons and stuff. So the harpy in mythology is the messenger that bestows punishment upon evildoers and carries their bodies to Hades. I wanted to also, throw in elements into this design to break it apart. I have the lightning that's going through the whole image, signifying she's in the middle of a storm and she's either about to take off or about to come down to land. And I wanted to make sure there was a heavy amount of black in this just to show how dark the sky is. And I also wanted to show texture within the feathers. All of the barbs that compose a feather, they are actually mag drags. So they're individually spaced out lines of a shader. I also used rotaries and coils on this tattoo. I wanted to show that I'm not only diverse in my artwork, but also diverse in like the craftsmanship of these tattoos. This is what I created in 25 hours, and I'm super stoked on what I created here.
So this is my back piece.
Ooh.
From the minute that I got home and all the stress and trying to get back to normal life, it was definitely overwhelming. So I just wanted to like try to tell my story a little bit. And with everything that I'd been through with drug addiction and, you know, just kind of like temptation and what that leads to. So I wanted to have this big snake kind of wrapping in and out of like a reaper's cloak and kind of playing with the top of the scythe. And, you know, I went pretty fancy on the side there with like the wood grain. But yeah, I just wanted to play with like a lot of heavy contrast, make sure all my blacks were solid as hell, but also having a little bit of like elegance and somewhat realism with like the face and especially the hand, you know, and kind of playing with the two different styles. But I also wanted to just do something that was just bold as hell, because that's what I do, you know, and make sure that like it was readable from that stage.
All right, let's look at the chest pieces. This is my 25-hour biomechanical chest piece, I guess, but I definitely went a little bit bigger than the chest. There's a lot of areas that really suck to get tattooed, like the ribs and the armpit, and the collarbone and the sternum and the neck. You know, the most frontal area has more ridges and curves and bones that come closer to the edge of the skin. It also has more conjunctions of muscle groupings, a lot of areas where you can play with the form and the shape so that it can give a different illusion than what you would normally see when you look at the front of a person. Those hook pieces that come up near his armpits, the very tips of them go and form a arc all the way down to those bits that are coming across his ribs. But when he opens his armpits up, they're actually hooked out, and it just shows that like skin folds and it bends and it moves, and it gives another level of depth. I also wanted to show, you know, light sourcing in here. I wanted to show like biomechanical art isn't really reality. It's limitless. So I wanted to just show my take on it, which is, you know, this futuristic alien-esque endoskeleton that's within him. And I'm really happy with this, you know, cohesive piece that I've created here.
So I wanted to make sure that I did biomech on a big scale. This is my 25-hour biomech piece. I will say this, I learned almost everything I know about biomech from Bob. People think of me and they think of black and gray, realism specifically. My theory was I can't think of anything further from realism or black and gray than just like full color crazy biomech. One of my favorite color palettes is, you know, the blues with the oranges and yellows, and so I wanted it to kind of look like this guy is sort of glowing from inside. I wanted to have a bunch of little pieces that make it look mechanical, pieces that look almost like bones. It's a full coverage art style, and you know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I want to take it over his collarbones, I want to connect it over to his arm, I want to do this, I want to do that, you know, and I just constantly felt like I just wanted to expand it and do more, but I wanted people to see it and be like, oh, what, Angel did that? You know, that was my main goal with it. This is an area that really fucking hurts to tattoo, especially tattooing right over his nipples and stuff like that, going into the armpits. You know, this was as much a battle for me as it was for this guy, so yeah, we really got in there and made it crazy. I wanted to go like, not quite wall to wall, but as close to wall to wall color as I, you know, could like feasibly do within the time frame. I was like, I'm just gonna blast this entire background with gold and yellow, and it's gonna be heavy and it's gonna be intense, and that's what I think I did here.
Getting home from, you know, filming season 13, getting ready to do the finale stuff, I just had this heavy feeling, and I even had like a dream about being lit on fire. And I just thought about how cool it would be to try to turn that image into one of my finale pieces. People, you know, make these perceptions about you based on a very small thing that they might see on the internet or on TV. Just the way in society that we kind of like make these blind judgments about each other. And I thought it was important for me to kind of like speak to that. You know, so that's what I did with this piece. The centerpiece, it has like a burning witch figure. And you got two very traditional girl heads on the sides by the ribs that have daggers coming out of their mouths because they're speaking blindly. You know, they're blindfolded and they're saying things based on what little they might actually know about somebody. You know, they're stabbing a sacred heart that's, you know, lighting the witch on fire. And then you have these serpents that are kind of like doing the devil's bidding. They're kind of coming up over their shoulders, whispering in their ears. They kind of frame the whole piece in. And then on top, obviously, you have a devil head with a third nail coming through his mouth that the witch is actually tied to. So I wanted to go with something super intricate. It was my style, and I knew you guys were gonna go balls to the wall with probably biomech, and I was saving the biomech for my 6 hour. So if I was gonna do traditional with a big piece, I wanted to make sure it was just as intricate and just as complex to do. There was obviously a lot of line work to get done in 5 hours on the first session, but my guy sat great, and he was a champ, and I had a lot of fun doing this tattoo, and I feel like it was important for me to do a good tattoo, but also do something that is kind of like a reflection of what I see every day. You know, some artists make landscapes or whatever it is that they see every day and what inspires them. I mean, this is the same thing. I see this every day, and so hence I give you blind judgment.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
Damn it, Jimmy, I wanted to see you do some large-scale biomech.
Dude, I was so stoked. I wanted to show you guys the drawing. Everything that I drew, I just felt like it would have made more sense for me to take that on as like a 6 hour one, even though it's a lot of work for biomech. Also, trying to tie that theme in with like the serpent.
You went all Jimmy Snake, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. All of them got like a serpent theme, or like a devil or whatever.
I mean, you can tattoo it if you want.
I didn't fully finish my traditional one, but I was tossed between like 2 ideas.
Honestly, guys, this is, although we're not standing on a stage right now with a bunch of people watching, like, it's really nice to see what you guys have done. And I'm just so happy to kind of get to this point. Like, I could cry.
I knew that I was up against a fucking giant, you know, going against you two, not only as individuals, but you guys are also still a team. And you guys really fucking brought it, just like I expected that you would. I mean, Bob, your black and gray thing, that back piece is fucking insane.
I know personally how much you have struggled in the past with black and gray, because, you know, I was kind of your person to lean on for that. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I can see where you were like, what is Angel gonna think, you know?
Dude, it's so good. So good. Everything about it, like how solid that you're able to get all those blacks in the background with that negative space, which is great for cutting out time, but it also brings different contrast and it flow throughout the whole piece, and the way that you shaded the wings.
I'm super happy that we all did basically the same, like, ladies and black and gray backs. It's like Jimmy and I were trying to put our feet in Angel's shoes at the time and be like, what is Angel gonna make, and how are we gonna have to compete with Angel? We're gonna have to do it like head on.
It was kind of a really even playing field for us to just be like, all right, cool. It's an illustrative girl battle.
Jimmy's use of heavy black, he definitely does something that I haven't seen him do throughout this whole competition. It's definitely a drawing style that I haven't seen from Jimmy, you know.
You killed it too, Angel, and like, you know, with your black and gray back piece, I can definitely relate to that story where it's like, I have to try to beat you guys, but in reality, I just have to try to like beat myself and what I would normally do. So thank you for telling that story. I think it's important. It's so clean, it's done so beautifully that that story comes to life. You know, you're able to just focus in on what it is and what it means.
Super ballsy. Doing 2 female faces with hands. Like, it's symmetrical, but they have slight changes to each one to show difference. The sword right down the spine, which I would never have done, because that's something that you're like, oh, I'm gonna draw a perfect circle on an elbow or something. You know, it's like something that people don't do.
Hell yeah. And as far as the biomech goes, both you guys killed that shit too. I'm still so mad I didn't get to do my 6 hour thing, but I mean, Angel, I mean, those colors, everything is so bright. It's so solid, and you do so much coverage, bringing it up over the collarbones and everything.
I was like really worried about both of you when I said biomech, because I know it's hard. It's super hard. Like, sometimes I'm always questioning myself if I'm doing it right. Nobody's really the biomech police telling you you're not doing it right, you know, and there's not like a billion people out there doing it right. You know, you showed light sourcing in there, and I like that you went big. You like went over the surfaces of the body. You went on the chest, which is like the hardest placement, and you accomplished something really cool. I like how both of ours kind of have this weird insect kind of vibe to them. Like, if you combine them together, like mine would be the head and yours would be like the body or something. That's super cool.
And I, even knowing you, knowing your style, that thing surprised the hell out of me. I knew it was going to be incredible. I knew it was going to be, you know, crispy, clean, and you're going to have all kinds of crazy colors in there. But the approach you took with the skin breaks coming through and everything, I wasn't quite expecting that. You know, you talk about all the time, you know, carving out pieces of people's skin, creating protrusions and stuff, and having biomech really like harmonious with the body. And I think that you capture that in a way that is masterful. You know, like I can try, but that's something that you gotta just kind of be a master of that style to like really nail it the way you did. And Jimmy, of course, you know, looking at your American traditional chess piece, it looks exactly like I expected it to. I mean, you know, you really show us exactly who you are. And I love that, you know, you actually got in there and told us the story throughout all of it. I think your ability to capture that in a style that doesn't necessarily always have a foreground, middle-ground background, the way you did it was, you know, tasteful, and I really appreciate the fact that you put so much thought into it. Even though I was kind of expecting it, you know, there's still elements of surprise in there for me.
Man, like, I was really wanting to see some Jimmy biomech. Honestly, that was...
Well, I mean, hey, at least I finished my drawing, you lazy sacks of shit. Come on.
Hey, man.
You guys had like fucking 8 months. What are you doing?
8 months.
I have about 9 or 10 finished drawings. I just didn't want to do any of them.
The whole time I was working on mine, I was stressing so hard as to like, oh, what are they gonna make? Who's gonna do the what-on-what? You know, what is Jimmy gonna make? You know, how is he gonna fuck me over? You know, how is he gonna be like, fuck you, Bob? You know, at the end of it, you know, and
I didn't get to in those 6 hours. Fuck.
And also I was thinking about Angel, and I was just like, oh man, Angel's tricky, because like, she might act like, oh, I don't know, but then she's like, just goes in and kills it every single time. You're just like, how did you don't not know what you're doing? She's like, I don't know, and then you're like, yeah, you know what you're doing. Well, I feel like we were all trying to bend the variables of our own style, pushing our own boundaries, you know, past what we normally do on a daily basis, and it's really awesome to see that we were all at the same level of thinking almost. We all did black and gray tattoos, we all did ladies, but we all have completely different looking pieces, and they all look amazing.
I love that I can definitely see the fight and the like hunger for this in all of our tattoos, like even in our own styles that we're super comfortable in. It just makes me happy, because the whole time I was doing that and I was like, am I crazy? Like, should I tone it back? Am I biting off more than I can chew? But I was like, I feel like they're doing the same thing. So I'm glad that we all fucking brought 150% to this.
If I could describe this season in one word, I would say growth.
The only word I can, you know, think of is like fulfilling. You know, like this is after all the stress, after all the losses, the wins, for better or worse. You know, my worst days were like moments where I like learned the most about myself, and yeah, it's an incredibly good feeling.
I think with everything that's going on in the world right now, I think it's really easy to focus on the losses and all the negativity and what everybody is losing during this time. But you also got to think about what you're gaining, you know? And I think all of us this season, we gained so much personally and artistically. You know, we got better at our crafts, and we learned a lot about ourselves. And it's like, there's no loser in that.
The experience, or like the challenge, I feel like is the word for me. It's like, I came into this completely blank, you know, with no preconception of what it was going to be like. And regardless of how the season ended or how the season went, you know, it was an experience for everybody that was there. It was a life-changing experience for me and for many of the people that were there. Like, everybody from the season is my new friend now, new lifelong friend that I've shared an experience with that nobody else can say that they've experienced. And I'm just grateful that I got to experience it.
I think grateful is a good word, you know? I think you just said it, you know?
There it is. Yeah.
There's your fucking word, man. Find it.
So, let me do it again.
All you have to say.
I'm like,
what am I saying?
You can see the vein on her.
Talk about how good I did in the squishy voice, just to redeem it a little bit.
I think Angel should talk in the squishy voice, since she hates it so much.
I don't know if I would do it justice.
Come on, Angel.
There are no winners and losers here, but you definitely take the cake on the squishy voice.
Come on, just say it with me. Let's all do it together. Come on. There it is, Bob.
The vein on her forehead is just like...
Who, Angel's?
It's my just like inner rage.
I just want to thank you guys again You know, I mean, you guys are obviously very tough competitors, and I learned a lot about myself from competing against you guys, and learned a lot about you guys too. And I definitely cherish those relationships and those friendships that we made throughout this entire season. And obviously, thank you, the fans. I hope you guys got as much out of the season as we got, competing in it, because I think there's a lot of good things that happened here. And thank you guys for all your support.
You two have been such incredible teachers to me and the rest of everybody involved with ThinkMaster. I just, in spite of everything, I couldn't be more full of just love and appreciation for everything that's happened, and for everybody tuning in right now from home. We would love to, do this crazy finale for you guys, but this is what we got right now. And the fact that, people are supporting it still from their homes, doing the right thing, staying safe is just, it's awesome.
I mean, as much as we all wanted this finale to happen, the reality is that the world is more important than TV. It's more important than us in this small competition. It's, we got to look out for each other globally.
Absolutely. I love you guys.
I love you both so much.
Come here, Jimmy. Daddy's staying home.
Oh, I forgot the fucking orange on the other nipple. They're gonna be like, why does this nipple have orange and this one doesn't? I am so insanely excited. That's the only way I can put it. I'm just so grateful that I'm here to really show people how incredibly serious I am about this. I'm done being a team player. Danny and Jason were the two people that I would have chose to go up against in the finale, and I got my wish. I don't want anyone on that stage that is going to take tattooing for granted. Disregarding teams, disregarding alliances, this is all me now. This is strictly what I have to do. My competitors, Danny and Creepy Jason, gave me traditional Japanese for this challenge. They were trying to trip me up with this just because traditional Japanese, it does have a lot of rules, a lot of guidelines that you have to stick by. I did my research. I can't tell you how excited I am.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
So this is Raijin. He is the Japanese thunder god. Raijin controls the rain and the thunder. Any sort of people that really relied on the weather to grow their crops, to make rice, anything like that, they would worship this guy. He is an Oni, which are usually depicted as like these big red motherfuckers with like teeth, and usually they have pelts along their waist, usually tigers. These are taiko drums, and how he creates the lightning is he bangs on the drums. And I kind of chose that too to kind of like share my love of music. His drumsticks, if you look very closely, have little intricate patterns on them. They have little bats. I wanted to make a really strong image that you can not only see from far away, but once you get up close, you can see all of these little things.
I'm gonna sit through it, try to make your life easy.
Don't worry, yeah, I'm not gonna make your life too horrible either. So.
No, for sure.
So my approach is, I'm gonna get him on, just the figure. Oh, look at him go. Isn't he handsome? Everything has to flow in a certain way. So like having the lightning kind of go with the direction of the wind, as you can see. Wow. Another thing is the rule of 3, having foreground, subject matter, and a background. I'm actually gonna be freehanding a lot of this on you. Just because freehanding on the skin, it's gonna make it flow with your body. Oh my God, that's fucking awesome.
Look good?
Yeah. Well, that worked out a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, come here.
Do you want to take one more look at it?
Oh yeah. It was good.
You are the boss. You let me know if you need a break.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I just really wanted to do my research and make sure every single thing in this means something. There's a lot of rules when it comes to Japanese traditional, the varying line widths. A lot of your detailed lines are going to be smaller, like with hands, feet, and hair. And then you have sculpted lines that you usually see in cloth and like some of the bigger features. Yeah, I was going to do like a beautiful samurai chick, but as far as art goes, tattooing isn't just like the only thing that I love to do. Originally, I was going to college for animation and game design, and that was something that I'm still to this day really passionate about, telling stories and making interactive little games. And through tattooing, even though I wasn't able to pursue the animation thing, you know, tattooing, you're still able to tell a story through it. All right, so I am done. Yes. What do you think?
Looks amazing.
He's a fucking rock star.
Yeah, it looks
He's
good.
gotta have big 80s hair, man. So we're given 35 hours, 7 down. We got the line work done today, shading in the hair. My plan for next time is to start the background. No scarring, the lines are all pretty solid. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm really happy you took good care of it. All right, I'm gonna start down here, your favorite spot. Just get it out of the way. I could sing to you, but I would have to make up a song that's not copywritten. My main thing I want to get done today is the background. I want to put a lot of heavy black in. Usually with these traditional back pieces, the backgrounds are really dark, really heavy black to kind of like push that color forward. My first year of tattooing, I was just afraid to pack black. And then all my pieces started to come back and parts of it was missing. And I'm like, no, I have to be more deliberate with what I'm doing. Dude, you did great.
Thank you.
Background is pretty much completed. Besides that little bubble right there and a few spots up here, otherwise, got a lot of surface area covered. So my plan for next time is to probably finish up that little bit we had left down there and start coloring. I have a whole new respect for Japanese tattooing. It's so complex. I was a total idiot for not appreciating this form of art.
Considering that I've never done traditional Japanese, I feel like this is turning out way better than I thought it would.
All right, session 3 down. Want to take a look?
That's pretty cool, man. Not gonna lie.
Just finished up the background, started coloring him, pretty much got him down. Started these taiko drums, and then next time, we're probably just gonna continue on with the coloring. Elbows, man. You did great. I fucking love this thing, dude.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, plan is, this is a super fun part. I get to color everything. The only stencil that I will have to mess with is the little patterns, little mums and skulls. The little skulls would be on this fabric. Probably gonna go ahead, do that black so it really pushes the tiger out. I don't know why that skull is on his belly. There we go. The patterns always go in one direction. So I'm gonna have the skulls face the same direction as the lightning. Let's do one up here too. So it kind of creates a harmony throughout the piece, having the lightning, the wind, the clouds, all going in the same direction. Cool. All right, dude. I'm done torturing you.
Relief.
Relief. Best words you ever heard.
Yes.
Dude, I can't believe it's almost done.
Me either.
Getting that solid color in really just made the whole piece pop. As you see the little details, little skull, fabric designs. That session, pretty much gonna go ahead, touch up. I'm gonna fill in this strip of blank here and maybe put some patterns on his robe. Honestly, just touch-ups and that, and then we're golden. We're good.
So we're drinking beer.
And then we're gonna drink a beer. All right, Bo, this is it. For me to get Japanese traditional, this was the hardest thing that you can ask someone to do. This is the first Japanese traditional back piece in the history of Ink Master. Literally every single element that goes into this, I researched. I basically dedicated a small portion of my life to this style. A little bit there, a little bit there. This isn't the only Japanese traditional back piece that I'm going to be doing in my lifetime. I'm going to be doing a lot more. The title to me is important because when I think of an Ink Master, I think of someone that takes this job incredibly seriously. How you feel, Bo?
Like I got hit by a bus.
Yeah, same. Dude, it's killer, man. It's surreal. I have no words. This is by far the most important tattoo of my career.
It's gotta be a huge accomplishment.
It's huge, huge, dude. I'm super proud of you for like sitting through this. There was a few times where I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking kill me.
Today.
He's gonna kill me.
Today was the day. So what do we do next, Laura?
Well, we go to Vegas and win $100,000.
For today's Flash Challenge, you must tattoo a football superfan. Each canvas wants the ultimate symbol of their love for the game, a realistic football. You must show impeccable technical application by using dimension, shading, detail, texture, all of the things that make the football iconic and instantly recognizable.
This is a crazy challenge. You've got to get every single little bit of stitching in there. This thing has got texture to it. I'm a traditional tattooer, so to do a tattoo of a realistic football is definitely taking me outside of my comfort zone.
Before we get started, there is one thing that you should know. Today, we also have some very special guests. Let's bring them in. From the Jacksonville Jaguars, Allen Robinson. From the Arizona Cardinals, Tony Jefferson. From the Chicago Bears, Kasim Green.
That's great.
From the Cleveland Browns, Keith Pugh. From the Detroit Lions, Darius Slay. And finally, from the Tennessee Titans, Cameron Wimbley. Cam says today you get a special surprise. The player from your team will autograph your skin.
Awesome.
Wow. And your tattoo artist must tattoo that autograph as your permanent souvenir.
Oh, wow.
You have 3 hours to show flawless technical application, and your time starts now.
Chris. Great, man. Thank you, man.
Everybody in America knows what a football looks like. It's a very recognizable shape. The technical application is very, very important.
Yeah, the cap would be pretty nice.
This is a good luck charm for the Lions, Duffy, okay? No pressure.
If you can't capture this shape and this dimension just right, it's going to be a fail.
We're far enough now that everybody's good.
That's pretty much how it works in our profession, too. Always looking to find that edge.
I've been on top the entire way until last week. I had a rough one. So I got to get right back up on top and get myself up for the win. We'll go orange stripe, brown stripe, white stripe. I'm going to use a foreshortened view of the football so you can see the laces and the dimension of it. I'm going to put some Cleveland brown colors in the stripes, and I'm just going to tattoo it realistic.
Are we ready? Game time?
Kickoff.
And the crowd.
Chris and I are clearly the top team here.
And we go in full color, right?
Yeah, color is my jam. I want to win this. I didn't come this far for nothing. It's right there. All I have to do is grab it.
Best team, best tattoo over here.
You'll see. Bing, bang, boom.
90 minutes left. 90 minutes remaining, guys.
Anyone else has your signature tattooed on them?
Nah, you are the first.
Hanging out with Tony Jefferson, having him watch me do this tattoo is definitely a little bit added pressure, but I'm not worried at all. My canvas wants to get a black and gray tattoo. I'm super stoked on this because I don't have to pull out any of these crazy colors. I can just do a nice soft version of this football and be done with it.
Super Bowl of tattooing right here today.
Y'all in the playoffs right now.
18 and down to 6?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, it's been a long ride.
We're down to the last 6. Everyone's a tough competitor. I've really got to fight from here. Every football has lettering on it, and I'm going to include that in this design.
Whenever they talk about the Jags, people go, Duval.
Duval's the county in Florida where the Jacksonville Jaguars are located. This could give me a huge advantage in critique.
Just making sure everything is like super tight.
30 minutes remaining.
I definitely picked my canvas because she seemed like she had such a big personality, but I'm realizing I'm having some issues with her skin.
That's the bad part. I hate the shading.
My canvas's skin is starting to get really irritated and red. I'm having trouble getting this color to go in solid. I am screwed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Oh, that's dope. I like it. That looks great, man.
I know that my football has an advantage over every one of these other tattoos. I'm definitely going to win this flash challenge. Chris and Tyler are going down.
Artists, it is time to critique your work. First up is Chris, and their player is Keith Pugh. How's it feel getting tattooed with this man standing right here?
This was the best day ever.
Have you had your signature tattooed before?
No, this is my first time.
Chris, being able to get that much texture throughout this with very little black, very sweet technical application.
The only part of the piece for me that's a little weird is the back white line. I feel like it just gets really, really thin in the view.
Chris's football just looks stumpy and squatty. Chris is no competition for me at all.
Cruzman, their player is Tony Jefferson. Big deal for you to be standing next to this gentleman?
Oh, it's huge. I'm trying not to like freak out too much.
Tony, what are your thoughts here?
I like it. I think my signature tops all the rest of theirs, so.
I think it's a great choice to go black and gray based on the memorabilia standpoint. We all know that over time, some of the colors fade away. Black and gray is going to remain, and the placement of the signature sits nicely underneath. Looks great.
Duffy and her player was Darius Slay.
It looks very slick and it comes out very clear. Technical application has a softer touch, photorealistic kind of feel to it.
I like the light source on it. I love the way that the angle of the ball is placed. It looks like a nice collector's item. Congratulations.
Matt and Alan Robinson.
This tattoo came out very strong. The signature is very different. The word on the football emulating the brand name of the football, but being Duval County is really cool. Technically, very smooth.
Seeing that Duval look like a logo on the football makes me kick myself. Why didn't I think of that?
Tyler and David, their player is Kasim.
I gotta say, this ball has the perfect shape. It's equidistant on both sides. Stripes line up perfectly. The stitching lines up perfectly. I think you did a great job, man.
Nice.
Craig and Aaron, and their player is Cameron.
The problems I have with this tattoo are the huge area of black definitely gives it a cover-up feel. The shape of the ball is warped due to the contour of his leg. You definitely lost the symmetrical shape of the ball.
Craig does his own thing, keeps doing weird-ass colors, and it's gonna bite him in the ass.
Today, you had to show perfect technical application by tattooing football superfans. Some of you fumbled. Chris.
Your back stripe didn't match the front stripe, and it gave the football definitely in the back a flattened look.
The view is foreshortened, therefore the back stripe would appear smaller.
That back stripe was the one part that let you down.
Craig.
Everybody in the room definitely saw the fact that that ball was a little deflated.
I like the tattoo.
Your shape was definitely off.
Some of you really tackled this challenge. The judges have decided the winner of today's Flash Challenge is Tyler.
Sweet.
I'm so pissed right now I could scream. I needed this, and now we're just gonna see Chris's skull pics one more time.
Tyler, the actual football itself was the closest shape to a football in the room.
Thank you.
You will receive an advantage in the next elimination tattoo.
Hell yeah, it's my second skull pick. I definitely needed to win these things, so I have an advantage and I keep myself in this.
Head back to the loft and prepare for the elimination tattoo. You must prove you can show flawless technical application by tattooing any design on any canvas.
What do you mean by that?
And your canvases are here to get exactly what they want.
Oh, they want.
And they might look familiar to you.
What?
Come on in, guys.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Football players! Holy we're tattooing the football players. I've never tattooed a football player before.
Today, the power is in the hands of your canvases. Not only must you tattoo the design of your canvas's choice, your canvases will pick which artist they want to tattoo them. Tyler, you won the Flash Challenge, so you have the power to choose your own canvas and you get to pick first.
Awesome. I definitely have an idea of the player that I want to go with.
Then, each canvas will pick their artist. You will have a 5-minute interview with each of the canvases.
I'm a great salesman, and convincing these NFL players that I'm the best tattooer in this competition is no problem.
Head to your shops for your interviews.
How you doing, Doug?
How are you?
That's good.
Everything good?
Hell yeah, bro.
Today, these artists have to try to sell themselves not only to what their strengths are, but sell themselves away from their weaknesses if they're smart.
And switch it up.
You could do like a cross with rosary beads.
Yeah, see, I like that. I wanted the Detroit theme, like in the rips. Some buildings off of the skyline, the area code, the letters from my high school.
There are a ton of elements here.
I'm trying to think of a way to put these other objects in there without them like looking really randomly placed.
And on the ribs, no thanks.
This is what we're looking at. That's my son. Cute little boy, man. I was looking at probably around this area. Not the best place to put a portrait. Made up my mind, that's where I want it.
No way I'm doing this portrait on these ribs.
Switch.
But I know Chris is dumb enough to take it.
What's up, man? So, boss, how you doing?
He can have it.
Like that way. Yeah, absolutely, man. Portraits are definitely my thing.
Switch it.
I was thinking like a bird on the back.
And I do birds. I do animals all the time. So, I mean, that kind of stuff is definitely one of the things that I specialize in.
I want to get African tribal pieces.
Okay, tell me more.
I just want something that could fill up all this space in here.
He has no idea what he wants. He's gonna be a tough canvas for somebody, so I'm gonna nudge him to go see Craig.
Craig has been doing a lot of good stuff like that too, so.
And switch it up.
What up, man?
What's good?
I told him we got chemistry, man.
I wanted to do like a river flowing with African tribal symbols.
You definitely want a river incorporated with
if I could.
This guy has 5 different ideas. I do not want this canvas. I'll see you soon, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Tyler, you want a flash challenge? You now have the power to choose your own canvas. Which canvas do you want to tattoo?
I gotta go with my boy Kasim. He helped me out with the win. We got a connection already going, so I just gotta roll with that.
For the rest of the canvases, the power is in your hands. One by one, please choose a skull to determine the picking order.
3, 2, number 1.
5.
4. All right, Tony has picked number 1. Tony, go ahead and choose an artist.
The only canvas that I don't want is Tony Jefferson. The last thing you want to do is jack up a picture of an NFL player's baby. These dudes will crush you if you mess this up.
I'm gonna go with my boy Chris. I got my son that I want to get tatted on me and be the perfect guy for that.
That's what I want. This is my specialty. I can knock this one out of the park and win the whole challenge.
Cameron.
I'm gonna have to go with Matt.
Yeah, I love doing animals, especially birds.
Alan.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Duffy.
10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. Definitely isn't my top choice.
Cruisman.
Awesome.
Keith got number 5. You are with Craig.
This sucks. My canvas has a lot of ideas. We have a limited amount of time to finish his tattoo, so he needs to make a decision.
Remember, artists, after the elimination tattoo, the human canvas jury will vote on the tattoo that they think is the worst and put one artist up for elimination. You'll have 6 hours to tattoo your canvas with the design of his choice. Based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck. Artists, you have 6 hours to show technical application, and your time begins now.
Rock and roll, baby.
Today, the artists are being tested on technical application. Basically, this is putting the ink exactly where it needs to be in the skin.
All right.
Ready? Let's go. Yep.
We're down to 6 people. 3 of them are going to the finale. This is everything for them.
How are we gonna make it look like it's razor edge, like it's cut into the skin?
Yeah. Kind of shadow it, like somebody punched it into your skin?
Yeah.
All right.
You don't think you can choose more symbols will still look good? I'm just asking the question.
I just want to keep it simple.
Sometimes simplicity is best.
This is always best, man.
Yeah, man, looks so good, bro. I'm in first place in this competition, and Tony clearly could see that. He chose me to do the portrait of his newborn baby because he knows I'm the only artist here that can pull it off. I have this one in the bag.
You have 4 hours to go. 4 more hours.
I'm nervous for Tyler. He set himself up for failure on this one. I know I have some enemies in this house. I have to keep Tyler here. He's got to stay.
I think I should throw some weight on some of this stuff.
I'm contemplating mine myself.
Like the eye.
Anywhere it's wet.
Just a pop. This tattoo is right up my alley. My two passions are tattooing and animals. I do not have a high school diploma. I don't know anything else but tattooing. That's it. That's all I got. Everything's on the line right now. I can't up.
You're sitting like a champion, for sure. Darius and I decide to do a rose on the backside of his arm. He's just gonna let me do my thing.
We make it nice and perfect.
I'm gonna keep playing it safe. Obviously, it's got me this far, and I'm damn sure not gonna change that.
Come towards me a little bit more. Alan Robinson wanted everything that makes him think of Detroit in one tattoo. I talked him down to just getting the Detroit city skyline, a D for Detroit, and an area code. Even though I made this design a lot smaller, there's still a lot going on.
I know it probably sucks for the most part, but suck it up even if you are hurting.
He keeps jumping up and looking in the mirror every 5 minutes. Every time he jumps up, it slows me down. If this tattoo isn't finished, I could go home for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Hell yeah, dude. This sick.
Oh yeah, that's tight. Check it out.
I know what you think.
Yeah, man, it's nice right here. Yeah, it's gonna look good on the field.
You like it?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
Cruzman just did a rose. He totally did him an injustice. He's tattooing an NFL player, and he's bitching out.
Cool, man.
Oh yeah.
So you like it?
All right now.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day. That's my tattoo, and that was the artist.
When you first look at it, you just see the wings. You gotta kind of find the legs of the bird.
Just grabbing the banner.
Some of the features could have been brought out a little bit better.
That's my tattoo at Cruzman did it. I think you did a pretty good job on it.
I think you just could add a little bit more creativity.
Yeah, I don't think that was challenging at all.
You want something that's gonna pop. You know, not something that you could just go get anywhere. He gotta come with a little bit more.
Right. This is my tattoo. It's done by Craig. I really like it because it looks like it's three-dimensional, like it's real deep.
To me, it kind of looked like brass knuckles or a spine with the vertebrae or something.
You tripping.
Craig just looked like flubber.
That's clearly more detailed than the rose.
I feel like for his, you may be like, dang, what's that? As opposed to Cruz, like, that's just a flower. You feel me?
But my flower
it's just a flower, though.
That thing standing up more than that.
Today, you had to show flawless technical application by tattooing a pro football player. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury determined had the worst tattoo of the day. Cruzman, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Darius, why did the jury vote Cruzman to the bottom?
You know, everybody else had no bigger pieces, so everybody else was being kind of creative. We felt like my guy wasn't just challenging enough because, you know, it's just a rose. That's not a top 6 performance right there.
You feel that there wasn't a competitive spirit?
I felt like my guy was just being safe and just like, hey, I need to stay in this competition. And I think he felt like it was all about him, not me.
I just didn't want to slit my own throat. There's $100 grand on the line, and I didn't want to take that opportunity away from me, so.
Thanks, Darius.
All right, now.
Take care.
Yep.
Craig.
You can draw your ass off, and you know how to draw for a client. So you're gonna let this one slip away again?
The symbol was the main thing that he wanted, and technically he wanted stone chiseled into his arm.
It's a missed opportunity.
I just had a lot of difficulty. I mean, I almost couldn't have a tattoo to judge.
I get it, I get the frustration, but it's a missed opportunity.
Tyler.
This tattoo feels like you went in very confident, did something really big, and made some amateur mistakes. You lost the concept that today is technical application, and all this gray shading is just scribbled in.
I definitely don't tattoo dark skin really at all back home.
Regardless of the color skin, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to that drawing. And you strategically place the rips on the ears to create other ears to this animal.
I know I tattoo better than that, you know, like all the time. I want to win this.
Duffy.
Technically, you applied this thing really well, and at the same time, it's incredibly unreadable. Your numbers, your lettering, and your rip are the same.
There were some things that I had to change halfway through just because it was painful for him.
If this tattoo came out of my shop, I wouldn't be one bit bummed. It's what that guy wanted. I think it looks fine.
You can read that thing?
Yeah.
I get it's your homegirl, but it's not readable, man. You wouldn't do it that way. Listen, we got to send somebody home today. And the gig is what's readable and what's not.
This is way more readable than the bear is. And you guys know it.
Tyler's drawing is the one that's unrecognizable. I don't know what animal Tyler tattooed.
Vote for Tyler.
The judges have decided, Tyler, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Today, we have a very special guest judge. Running back for the Carolina Panthers, D'Angelo Williams.
D'Angelo Williams, man, this is super exciting.
This is awesome. I'm a huge football fan.
I got my first tattoo when I was 19. Every tattoo that I have represents something that's happened in my life. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
As a guest judge, I'm looking for someone that can turn thoughts and moments into artwork that they can wear for a lifetime.
While D'Angelo is best known for his speed on the field, off the field, he fights tirelessly for a cause that has become personal for him and his family. What you may not know is that D'Angelo is largely credited for convincing the NFL to let all players wear pink during the month of October for breast cancer awareness.
That's awesome. My grandfather had 5 daughters. All 5 of those daughters died of breast cancer, including my mom. Wow. Breast cancer has affected me to my core. And I'll never forget the loss of family members, but it also allowed me to use the platform that I have in the National Football League to bring awareness all over the country. Breast cancer picked a fight with a family that's willing to fight back.
For today's Flash Challenge, you must design a tattoo for D'Angelo in honor of his family. And here's the catch. D'Angelo wants his tattoo drawn directly on the skin without using a stencil.
Freehanding is the best way to get the placement perfect with your canvas. That way you'll flow with the body and it'll look as natural as possible.
And your time starts now.
Today, I want the artist to draw directly on me because I'll know that the piece is just for me. It take a real artist to just say, hey, I don't need a stencil. I'm just gonna go with my vision of your story and give you something. Well, guys.
What's going on, man?
So, just giving you a background, my mom died on the 16th of May. She was definitely a warrior for this disease and a fighter. I kind of want something that entails that story.
Did you have any vision in your head? At least we have a direction to go off of?
I'm looking for something unique. When I see it, that's it. That's what I came here for.
Well, thanks for making it easy on us.
D'Angelo is being very vague right now, but sometimes people don't come to you with an exact idea of what they want. And you know what? It's my job as an artist to lead them down a path that's gonna give them a great tattoo.
You make it from your heart. It'll translate over to mine.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Aaron, nice to meet you. I'm gonna keep this simple, readable, and super easy to understand.
What we got going on today?
A simplistic flower design. Thinking of the rose, kind of like a few petals have fallen off, but the flower's still alive and strong.
Damn, man, that's so
Aaron's doing another rose yet again. I don't know where he thinks that he can do good roses because he gets ripped apart each rose that he does.
I adapt to any situation. I get that every challenge is not my forte, but I'm still good at it.
This freehand challenge is gonna separate the men from the boys. Some of these guys couldn't draw to save their lives.
He's gonna come over and he'll be like, oh, that's awesome.
Nothing can stop me. I'm taking this to the end.
You have 45 minutes.
You could do so much more than just write somebody's name. You could do something that's symbolic.
I have to make this design flow perfectly on D'Angelo's body because if I don't, I'm not going to be tattooing today. I need to win this Flash Challenge because there's only 7 of us left, and whatever advantage I can gain, I want.
The koi-fish swims upstream against currents, and it's one of the most powerful symbols in Japanese tattooing.
I always thought wings are strong, and then he's the strength of the family, so I think that's a pretty cool idea. Last week I was in the bottom in this competition. I'm going big and bold because I know I need to get back in this game.
15 minutes remain.
Are you sweating on your canvas?
Yeah, try not to. That's rude and disgusting.
I'm dripping right on them. Drawing directly on my canvas in this kind of heat just makes me feel at home. For me, it's just another day at the beach. He has this kind of Polynesian tribal on that arm, so it's important to work with stuff that you already have to make it all flow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Hey, man, if you have one good strong wing, that's all you need, right?
We sat there for an hour, and Jason came up with a wing. What the hell does a wing have to do with cancer ribbon and his family struggle? Nothing.
Don.
You said your family was fighters, so I put boxing gloves. I put Thrive down the back of this arm.
I think the boxing gloves may not appeal to you, D'Angelo. You're not a boxer.
Yeah. The Thrive, I think, was a little bit aggressive. It's kind of big.
The placement on this is just very stiff.
Eric.
I'm known for my Japanese artwork, so I figured to do something a little bit more symbolic.
I don't know much about the Japanese art. Where I'm from, they'd probably think it was a catfish.
Appealing to this client, he has a specific direction, and in order to win over his sensibilities, you would have to draw it towards that.
Mark.
This is your strength, the spear. This makes up the shape of a cancer ribbon. Your thatch work represent taking care of your family and protecting your family.
I really appreciate the fact that you put everything that I said into your art.
I think working with the shape of the arm here shows that you really put a lot of thought into the placement of this tattoo. I think it's pretty nice.
Chris.
It's plain. It doesn't have that wow factor. I think you went safe as opposed to going for it all.
It's very stiff and stagnant. You heard it from the client himself.
Chris did a cancer ribbon with wings. It doesn't get any more generic than that. When there's a big challenge in front of him, Chris seems to just give up.
Clean.
I like the way this design is placed because the focal point is up and outward, and that's the first rule. And where are you going to put something on the body?
I like the concept behind it. You encompassed everything that I said.
Aaron.
I just wanted to do a really nice, clean, strong, powerful rose.
This being a placement challenge, I feel like you didn't really do anything dynamic to work with the shape of the body. It's kind of just a standalone sticker right there on the top of the arm.
You played it real safe and generic.
Jason.
The best statements are made with simplicity.
But it doesn't necessarily fit the story that I talked about. I feel like with an hour and what you guys heard from me should have helped you guys just go all or nothing.
He's looking for that wow factor. There is a lot of missed opportunities to really show off.
Today we're testing placement with free-handed tattoos. Is there anybody as an artist that spoke to you?
Possibly Clean. I kind of liked his concept.
From a distance, it's strong, it's a legible design, it's kind of a representation of different things you could do to fill up the arm.
The only problem is I feel like everybody that ever lost anybody has that tattoo, and it doesn't belong to me. As opposed to Mark, I like the thought that he put into it and the fact that he took some of the ideas from the one sleeve that I have here and put it into his ideas.
I think his wow factor to you was, hey man, I'm hanging on every word you say. I can make all this happen. As far as placement goes, Mark did the swirl on the elbow. He used the bicep. He used this space of the arm to actually show a nice curve.
I think the two of them are contenders. Do we have a decision?
Yeah, we have a decision.
Let's let them know. Today, you had to freehand a tattoo design in honor of D'Angelo's family on a body double.
I'm one of those few clients that walk in and sit down and say, hey, man, I want a tattoo, and I don't know what I want. There were a couple of people that stood out.
Have you decided that there's an artist that you would like to collaborate with?
I have. I'm going to choose Clean.
Clean, congratulations.
Thank you. Hey, what's going on, man?
So let's sit down and talk.
All right, no pressure, right?
If I don't tattoo D'Angelo Williams right now, I'm gonna be pissed. I need to win this flash challenge to get the next skull pick. What's one main image that you really want to see?
It doesn't necessarily have to be pictures, or it doesn't necessarily have to be words. I'm leaning more towards artwork.
I'm feeling so stressed out right now. I'm gonna draw directly on the skin to give D'Angelo some ideas, but honestly, he's not giving me nothing. All right, man, that's it. What do you think?
You know, I'm gonna have to say, let's do it.
Awesome. Right on,
the
man.
Flash challenge, man. Thanks.
That's what I want to hear, man.
I really appreciate you taking everything that I said in consideration and putting it into this tattoo.
Yeah,
you know, you see love, you see hope, you see the breast cancer ribbon. You've honored my family with the olive leaves. It's perfect, man.
Awesome.
Guess I'll put in the pain.
Here we go.
Guess it's official now.
After throwing out so many ideas, it's so gratifying that he is finally gonna get a tattoo that really honored his mom and family.
I really love this particular tattoo. It represents everything that I want my tattoo to say about me and what I've gone through in my life. It's beautiful. I'll never forget this, and I'm gonna continue fighting this disease for the rest of my life.
Thank you, man. Thank you.